Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hello and welcome back to another live stream content on the What's Report with me, Jean-Louis. That's right, make some noise. Clap it up, get excited. Wherever you are, we're back. Like I said before, on the third day of a whole host of boxing content, fights galore, so much to talk about, so much to discuss, and we're here with you, coming up with the biggest, or what should be the most exciting fight of the entire weekend, the Inoue machine, Noya Inoue, the monster, the myth, the behemoth, one of the most indomitable forces in all the boxing, comes back to the States now, fighting against Ramon Cardenas, and to defend his undisputed super bantamweight title. And we got so much to talk about with what Inoue has said he's gonna do with his tenure in boxing as he continues to dominate, and what his limit is by himself in terms, not by himself, excuse me, what his limit's going to be, but how far he wants to move up, and so much more. That's right, we're here. We got all that to talk about. We can talk about the weekend action that we've seen thus far, as we're also going to break down the fights that we see in the ring right now on ESPN Plus, on Top Rank. Right now, we got a Polanco versus Maidana in fight. Polanco is relatively winning with the greatest of ease. And you'll get blow by blow, punch by punch fight commentary from me breaking down what you're seeing in the action. It'll be like a whole nother segment of a team. Well, not a team, a one-man show of production value and absolute incredible essence when it comes to entertainment, fun, analytical data, and the genuine knowledge of the sports world, all for your viewing and listening pleasure. We're going to laugh, we're going to learn, we're going to have some fun. Oh, well, hopefully we won't be disappointed like we've been for these past couple nights with fights that we thought was going to be a whole lot better. But all that being said, we're here with you, and we're happy to be here. If you're new here, please leave a like on the stream. While you're here, comment your thoughts and opinions on whatever you want to discuss on the show, how you, or on the fights that we're watching, whatever topics that we talk about, debates, whatever the case may be. Hey, put it in the chat. Let's see what you got. Let's see how you feel. It's a community. We want to see about you. Leave a like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share the show with everybody that you know, so we can keep on building up this empire together. Yes, sir. It's been a great night of action. Well, it's been a great quality. Well, you know what? It's been a hyped up weekend of action. Some of it has lived up to the hype. Some of it hasn't, but we've had fun here. And let me tell you something right now. If there was any stream to come through to be entertained, this is the one, because this night of action is built to be so spectacular, no question about it. And again, we're happy that you're here. We're happy that you're rocking and rolling with us on this show. And as you can see, we got graphics. Yeah, we can change the stuff. I only got this one thing for the thing, because this is the main card, the big kahuna, all that we're waiting on. But again, this is a show. We talk about boxing, basketball, NBA, NFL, everything in the realm of sports, at least what I'm knowledgeable with. Remember, don't forget, we got the playoffs happening also right now. Warriors and Rockets in Game 7. Roughly going to do my best to keep track of that also with you all. But again, we got fights to call right now, so hey, let's jump into the ring, and we might as well call what we got with the action. We're in round 7 right now with Polanco versus Maidana. Polanco has been genuinely dominating this fight with relative ease. Good shot to the body by Polanco. Okay, good gosh, 32 punches landed by Polanco, only 8 landed by Maidana. He's been able to make Maidana miss and make him pay consistently throughout the whole of of this fight. It's been relatively easy. Let's be real. There's a step above in terms of the competitive nature that we see from the likes of Polanco versus Maidana. And also, again, don't want to continue to plug stuff, but please leave a like on the stream to help push this stream to the algorithms all across the landscapes of the world so we can continue to get people involved on this show. Absolutely. As we got right now, Polanco's got Maidana on the ropes. Good uppercut into an up jab by Polanco. Again, right now, really having his way. I would want to see a knockout from Polanco, with this being such a whole a complete performance that we've seen thus far. The only thing that we missed is a knockout, a knockout end to a very great knockout type of fight. From the standpoint of his dominance in the fight, as again walking him down, 55 seconds left in round 7 thus far. And again, from behind our head on your stream, please excuse me. We're just here trying to make sure we get everybody be engaged, have a good time. Hopefully, as Polanco, good hook by Polanco on the ropes as Maidana is again wearing down. He is in I don't want to call it survival. Good combination. Oh, Polanco's hurt. Oh, Polanco with a great uppercut on Maidana. He's got put Maidana in a bad way. Good right hand into a hook by Polanco. Oh, there's some dangerous states. Maidana, he's got to dig deep. He's got to dig deep real bad, because this man is in a world of trouble. He's in a world of pain. He is not in any way good. I wouldn't call it a pull counter. Kind of a shoulder roll into a straight right. Polanco's talking. Polanco's walking him down. Polanco's got him in the corner. 5 seconds left in round 7 of this fight. As it goes through, as the round ends, thus far, very dominating display by Polanco, as we're seeing right now. He is showing a lot of great arsenals in his repertoire. He is using, again, that Philly shell. Many people can't do it greatly. Again, it's not perfect, but it's getting the job done, and might I add, it's getting the job done in a very good fashion. And also, he's showing the consistency of combinations, picking the right shots, and also not letting up on Maidana when he does get him hurt, get him in trouble, making sure he keeps the pressure on. I do enjoy that, absolutely. But again, we got so much that we can talk about throughout the whole of this weekend. Again, the stinkers that we saw with Canelo versus Williams Score. Oh my gosh. Talk about a horrible night from the standpoint of we were expecting so much more. Next thing you know, it turns into a snooze fest. It turns into one of the most boring fights that we have seen from a championship perspective. I think it broke the record for the fewest punches thrown in a 12-round championship fight, which is crazy. Because remember, in another fight that we had with Shakur Stevenson, that was one of the most putrid fights that we had witnessed. And also before and after that, remember we had Devin Haney running around against Ramirez. And what was really, yes, he did win. He did outbox him, but it was not an entertaining affair in the slightest. Oh my gosh, it was abhorrent. It was terrible, and some would say we wasted time watching that fight. But let me tell you something. Still, it don't matter, because we're gonna enjoy ourselves right here on this show. And like I say, you can comment whatever you want, and we can bring it up on the stream, like with Fight Buzz TV. Yo, brother, how you doing? Good to see you. Glad that you're here. Glad that you're back. Salute to you, and I'm glad that you're staying with us as we're calling Inoue versus Cardenas. Cardenas, excuse me, trying to make sure I pronounce the stuff correctly. But yes, indeed, we're here, we're live, we're back. We've been calling the fights every single day. We called Teofimo, we called Devin Haney, we called Ryan Garcia, we got to call F.A. Ajagba versus Bakali in what was a very competitive draw. Some would say, and I think I'm starting to think that Ajagba maybe should have won. Really starting to think that the more I think about that fight. And so many well, I gotta be honest, stinkers. Let's be real. I'm not gonna mince words about it. It's been a hyped up weekend of fights that is not lit. Oh! Polanco, okay, it was a slip. I thought Polanco got knocked down. Also, I forgot, this is the next round. Round 8 of this fight between Polanco and Maidana. But it's been a very, some would call it an underwhelming level of fights that we have been expecting from the standpoint of the hype. Has not been backed by substance when it comes to the big names that we've been waiting to see come back in the ring. But regardless of which, hey, we here. And we're going to still make it I'm going to make sure I'm going to keep you entertained. If the fights don't keep you entertained, absolutely. And then we had the big stinker with Canelo in what was a absolute snooze fest of the worst regard. As again, minute and 10 left in round 8 of this fight between Polanco and Maidana, which Polanco is winning outright with the greatest of ease right now, dominating every which way. We just want to see again. Please, hey, please get in. Somebody finish the show and get a KO in this fight if you're able to dominate oh so well. I'm not saying knockouts are everything, but I will say we have been starved of some real action. I can't lie in some of these fights. And so I'm at this point a shock to the system of somebody getting stopped. That would do everybody some good. My goodness. Absolutely, but it's hopefully this night with Inoue versus Cardenas will be the cherry on top of what has been a very bad cake that we have been eating from the standpoint of performances. And Inoue should show up, win or lose. He should give us a fight, a war, and I'm excited for it. And I got to study Roman Cardenas, and we're going to talk about that fight later on in the show, absolutely. And this could be a very entertaining display, similar to another past opponent that we've seen of Inouye's, like Marlon Tapales. We'll get that later. Let me see what you all have to say right now. Franklin Zana, as we're getting in the end of round 8. Is it 8? I think round 8. I think that was round 8. Excuse me if I have that wrong. Round 8. But Franklin's Honor, what's good with you? Hey, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you coming back to the stream with 3 days in a row. 3 nights of action. 3 nights of outright entertainment value all throughout. I was going to do this earlier, but then I was like, you know what? With the Top Rank in ESPN, how they go about their production versus what we saw with The Ring over the past 2 nights, it's not nearly as back to back. We got some time, so I was like, okay, yeah, let me breathe, cause I'm not gonna lie, I need a break. I've been talking all weekend. I love it, absolutely. But I was like, ooh, let me be smart. It's all, we playing the long game. We're going to end with a bang, but let me play the long game so I can make sure I can get to the end and give y'all a knockout performance as we get there. But thank you for tuning in. You've outdone yourself. Hey, I'm doing the best I can. That's all I can really say. Ultimate Warrior, hey now. Appreciate you coming back with the hype and energy. Thank you for tuning in to the show. We appreciate your presence. We appreciate your time. If you're here, please leave a like on the stream. If you're here, we loved it. We had 21 people. We had 24 people coming in when we started, and then they all just left. Oh gosh. Oh, I need to do a good job. I need to do a better job. I need to get this thing amped up. I need to get people to stay. Oh, I got to be more animated. Maybe I need to, I don't know. Maybe I need to punch a hole through a wall. Oh, maybe bring some guests. Maybe have an open door policy. Get some celebrities coming through the room. Who knows? Maybe. I'm not casting that. But doggone, I'll pull some strings. Maybe I'll kidnap them. Well, actually, let me not say that. Hold on. I'm not trying to incriminate myself. Maybe I will give them a nudge to come. Just kidding. Some dark humor. My apologies. Not going to do that with nobody. But we still going to give us a good time. We're still going to have a good time regardless of which. Let me see what you all have to say. Looking forward to Rafael Espinosa fight. Will be a potential opponent for Inouye. Yes, remember, Inouye is on the card after. Oh, well, hold on. Let me make sure I got my timeline right. Anyway, right now, as again, we're starting out we're getting into round 9, Polanco versus Maidana, as Maidana is still losing very handedly to Polanco. Good. What was it? Was that an overhand left? Oh, wait, what type of punch was that? Good gosh. I ain't never seen that before. I've never seen an overhand left hook of that regard. That's new. Shoot. My gosh, that caught my eye. My apologies. We got a good shot by Maidana. But let me show my words again. There we go. Inouye is it's going to move up to 126. And he has also said, that this will be his last rung up the ladder of weight classes that he is going to try to conquer to become undisputed. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The buck is stopping at 126. Per the mouth of the man himself, Noya Inoue. They had an interview yesterday, I think a couple days ago. Inoue will not be going to 130. The last thing that he's going to do from the standpoint of the last weight class he's going to try to conquer is going to be 126. And he's got Espinosa there. He's got Nick Ball there. He's got Figueroa there. Who's the other champion? There's another champion. Also, dang it, I'm trying to remember his name. Hold on. Let me bring it up. But those 3, if not, shoot, who's the 4th brother? Dang it, who's that 4th champion? I know it. Let me not stress. Let me pull it up fully and get the proper name so I can make sure that I'm doing what I need to do. Angelo Lee, that's who I was thinking of. Angelo Lee, Nick Ball, Rafael Espinosa, and Stephen Fulton all are champions at 126. Nick Ball's the shortest. Espinosa's the tallest. And thank you, Fight Bus. That is the docket of champions that Inoue is going to look to face after he moves up to 126. Now, there is still some time beforehand because he's going to stay at 122, not just for this fight, but also to fight Ahmad Ali. Yes, right. MJ himself is going to be stepping in the ring with Inoue after this fight. And then the big kahuna. Where's the music? Hold on. Where is the music? Let's get it right. The big kahuna. The big fight. One of the biggest all-Japanese wars. One of the biggest super bantamweight fights we've ever had in history. It will be one of the fights of the year. Junto Nakatani versus Inoue is most likely coming down the pipe in January and or February. That's the timeline of events. And then afterwards, then he's going to make his move up to 126 almost assuredly. But after that, the buck stops. Not saying he's going to retire, but that's the highest he's going to go. So we're excited for it. We got ourselves a timeline of greatness. And if he can go and accomplish this, oh, shoot. Oh, my gosh. I told you all. There is a Pacquiao-esque type of legacy that he can leave behind. Again, maybe not the A-class world champion. That is something we probably will never see again. But from the standpoint of greatness, this is something that is going to be, oh, so spectacular that we can't wait to see as round 10 starts of this fight with the last round of the fight. Let's see if we can, wait, hold on. There we go, a little bit louder. But let's see if we can get Polanco to have a knockout. Potentially, I need to see it. We need a Mexican involved to make this exciting. I mean, on this card, it's going to be incredibly exciting. Absolutely. If we did see, actually, I think the most exciting fight outside of, again, the docket that we have right now at 126 might not be Nick Ball. From the standpoint of what? On par with Nick Ball in the excitement level. It would potentially be Angelo Lee or Espinosa. Because of, one, I'll be interested to see how Inoue can handle that height discrepancy. That would be, oh gosh. How tall is he? What, 6 feet, 6'1" at super bantamweight at 126 pounds? That's preposterous. Oh, that's ridiculous. That is insane. That is genuinely insane. Man, I would love to see that dynamic of skill versus that dynamic of height. Who would be able to come out on top from Inoue versus Espinosa? I would be interested in that. I would also be interested in if we did get that fight before Inoue. Nick Ball versus Espinosa. I'm surprised that ain't happened already. I'll be completely honest. I'm surprised that fight hasn't been on the forefront due to the marketability of that spectacle of somebody, what is he, 5'3"? 5'2", 5'3". How tall is Nick Ball? He ain't a tall brother. He ain't we talked about it before. He is literally just a rock, as in he is a literal bowl. Yeah, he's 5'2". It's a literal bowling ball of just mass and width. Like he looks like a Lego. Not to be funny, but he looks like a Lego because he's just a block. Nick Ball's just a block of muscle in a square package. That's what he is. But he's so exciting to watch. I would love to see that fight also between him and Espinosa if that did indeed take place. But hold on, let's see. Fire emoji. Glad that you like the idea of the timeline. Oh, wait, oh, shoot. Oh my gosh, wait a second. Oh, I missed the knockdown. Oh, I'm so sorry. Polanco got knocked down. Excuse me, Madonna got knocked down by Polanco. This is what I've been waiting on. Come on, end the show. 20 seconds left. Hey, let's see what you got. Polanco, end it. Come on. Good overhand right. Almost pushes himself into a concussion into the ring post. Polanco's going for dear life, trying to attack the body. Espinosa's hurt to the body. Good hook to the head by Polanco. Around 5 seconds left in the round. He's doing everything he can. And Maidana survived. Hey, that's the end of the fight. That would have been a great knockout if he could get it done. But alas, Maidana survived. But still a complete sweeping performance by the likes of Polanco. And what will most likely be a unanimous decision. So props to him. Absolutely. But let's see. Fight Buzz. I think Inoue will save this weekend of boxing. I feel bad for Turkey putting up all this money. And they were all a flop. And you know what? We got some time now. before the real main event comes into play. Because again, they ain't starting till the main event ain't starting, or the main card, excuse me, with the two championship fights ain't starting till 10 o'clock. Because that's what's billed as the main event time. So we got some time. We can actually have a show. Hey, we can have a show. In fact, let's do it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, while we're doing this live stream commentary, we're going to have ourselves a show while we got some time. Because they ain't going back to back like they did with the Ring Magazine fights and the fights that we had over the last 2 weekends. We can talk. We can propagate. We can pontificate. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a mini edition of the Watch It With Me, Jean-Luc Watch. Make some noise. Hey. Clap it up. Get excited. We're going to talk about this weekend's events as we're waiting on Espinosa and Inoue, not against each other, but on the same card to go and fight for titles. And we're excited to see how this night of action is going to go. As Fight Buzz TV has so eloquently said, we hope this saves the weekend as it has been incredibly boring. But let's break that down real quick. I've seen a little bit of discourse when it comes to this whole weekend of boxing, and people are trying to say, look at you, Turkey. All this failed. All these fights were bummy. Did you see? It backfired. You shouldn't have done this in the first place. I told you it wasn't going to work. And I think what people are trying to do is overtly try to be a fanboy of a promotion or a promoter, and they're hating for no good reason. Because you have to understand, it is not Turkey's responsibility for the fights to be good. It is Turkey's responsibility and any promoter's responsibility to make the fights happen. Our biggest problem for over, I dare say, almost 20 years was the fact that promoters were not giving us the fights on a consistent basis that we wanted to see from a competitive standpoint of people that made sense to be in the same vicinity. We weren't getting that at all. It took us 5+ years to get the likes of Crawford versus Spence. It took us more time than that to get the likes of Pacquiao versus Mayweather. It took consistently. We were getting essentially done over by waiting and never actually getting the fights that we wanted. AJ versus Wilder. It should have happened well before it actually transpired, but never took place. AJ versus Fury never took place. So many of these fights that we've been waiting to see never actually happened. And it's in part because promoters were holding out, trying to build it up so much, pad records, pad stats, and protect the fighter rather than giving us the fights that we wanted to see and needed to see to tell the story and push the narrative of, okay, who's real and who's not. That's what we wanted. And as Showbiz the Adult commonly likes to say, and others have taken on that same moniker, it's find out season. That's what it is there. And so that means what Turkey has been doing, putting on these quality fights in terms of matchups, is great. But it's the fighter's job to make those fights worth the billing. It wasn't like Teofimo versus Barboza, Teofimo versus Barboza, Haney versus Ramirez, Ryan versus Rowley. All of those fights on paper were good fights. We were excited. This was supposed to be the best weekend in boxing. 3 days of almost a third of some of the biggest stars in the sport, all fighting back to back to back in the same weekend across the country. This is across the world, honestly, with Canelo and them fighting over in Saudi Arabia. This was supposed to be a showcase of the best that the stars have, or that the stars consist of in the ranks of boxing. They didn't show up. Haney pulled a Williams Scroll. Again, landed more, performed better, won, beat Ramirez, and it takes two to tango. Ramirez couldn't cut off the ring. That's a problem. But Devin Haney wasn't trying to engage in the slightest. That is also a problem. William Scott was running around the ring the entire time, wasn't actually trying to win the fight at all. It wasn't footwork trying to get over his feet. It was the fact that this man was not stealing money. He actively was stealing money. And I don't say that lightly. I rarely say that at all. When we look at what we talk about from the standpoint of boxing and genuinely going through and looking at the landscape of the sport, I'm not one that goes to say, oh, somebody's running. Oh, somebody is just trying to take an easy payday. I understand the nuances of boxing. I understand technical ability, footwork and jabbing, outboxing, being defensive, being slick, all that stuff. I appreciate it. I love it. I really do. But when a spade is a spade, we got to call it a spade. And we had multiple times that people were running, not trying to engage, taking the money they could get and just being content with it and not actually making a fight let alone trying to take advantage of the biggest opportunity in their career, like with William Skull versus Canelo. And even, mind you, this whole weekend, thus far, the best performances have been either Teofimo Lopez and or Bakoli versus F.A. Ajagba, because of the best action that we've seen throughout the whole of this weekend. None of them were the main event. Rolly, upset, absolutely phenomenal. But Ryan Garcia got gunshot after he got knocked down by Rolly. That is not Turkey's fault that all of a sudden Ryan is not able to throw any other punch or be confident in any other punch outside of the jab once the left hook got neutralized. That is not Turkey's fault. It is not Turkey's fault that Ryan Garcia lost to Rolly to mess up that rematch that we've been waiting on. It is not Turkey's fault that Wilder lost to Joseph Parker. Making these fights, putting two people, mind you, we were having fights in the past with Iran Barkley, James Toney, and Roy Jones Jr. all fighting back to back to back. We've had great cards throughout history where it's a showcase of people that are going to fight in the future, but they're fighting at the same time on the same night in a star-studded level affair of up-and-coming and or already elite boxers. This is what we've seen before. This is what we're getting back to. This is what we asked for. Let's not mince words about it. We asked for this. Let's not forget that. We wanted this. We were begging to get a quality array of cards consistently in the year. And it started in 2023. Stuff was getting better. Stuff after, in a way, getting undisputed. From that point on, stuff was getting better. Stuff got better. Crawford versus Spence finally happened. Usyk versus Fury finally happened. Beal versus Beterbiev. We were seeing movement and we were all excited. We loved it. This was worth the wait. This was worth the fight. This was good. We were excited because we were getting substance with our dollar. It is not, but don't try to pin it on, see, Turkey is a fraud, when we were asking for all this stuff in the first place, and he's doing the job that we were wanting. People like Eddie Hearn, people like Frank Warren, people like Al Heyman, people like Bob Arum, and whatever other promoter you can think of to put on the fights that we see would be worth our while. Similar to the UFC, the best fight, the best, and we get in the ring and we get it on. What can you do? That's all we were asking for. And so I hate that this is happening, because this is the stuff that we have been waiting to have. Different venues, different places, excitement buzzing around the whole community of the sports world. Not just the boxing world, the sports world taking notice of big time events happening in the boxing niche. With all of this going on, this was supposed to be and is great from a standpoint of it happened. But the boxers got to also fight. And he can't control them, which is like they got to show up. It's a risk, yes, to potentially ruin big matchups because somebody can't hold up the end of the bargain and win. But that's also what adds to the excitement, because we get to see who the real is. We get to see who the real is. We were saying, oh, Ryan Garcia was going to mop Rolly. I was saying that. Everybody looked down on Rolly. Yet, my gosh, Rolly was right. Rolly was right. With all the years he's been saying, Ryan Garcia can't do nothing with me. And now we find out, okay, we got to recalibrate some stuff and how we look at the boxers. This is good. This is good. Unpredictability, this is good. This is why we want these types of cards, to prove that you are what you are. But at the same time, they have to hold up the end of the bargain. If they do want to get to that big bag of big matchups, they got to win. They have to win. And if they don't do it, it is not his fault. It's not anybody's fault. It's just the nature of the beast that somebody wasn't what we thought they were. Now, how do you change to get to where we think you should be? That's all we're asking for. And so it's like, I want these events to keep happening. And it sucks that it's like, this is the price you pay for a competitive matchup. This is the price that you pay for being in an environment in boxing or in combat sports as a whole where you have to be tested against the best of the best. This is the price that you potentially have to pay, which is somebody wasn't what we thought that we were. And so it's like, that's what we do. Devin got touched twice and hopped on his bike for the rest of the fight. He did. He was on his bike for the first round. He was. And it wasn't the boxing of being slick and again being technical, making it so you miss, make them pay, reset. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. We complained about this with Shakur. Let's not forget that. People like Pernell Whitaker, people like James Toney, we've lauded over their defensive acumen, untouchability, yet still being able to be great fighters. Because they were still engaging. They were still winning fights, not by running, but by boxing at such a high regard. Devin Haney was indeed outboxing Ramirez. Yes, because Ramirez couldn't cut off the ring. Absolutely. But also Haney was not trying to display great, well-rounded boxing ability. The man was literally just trying to do the bare minimum to score, get out, maybe try to land a counter or two, and then escape without even attempting to engage Ramirez on the inside at all. There was a distinct fear of Ramirez closing the gap in the slightest. And again, we saw with Skull as well. We saw it with Skull as well. And so it's like Devin, I'm disgusted with that cat. And he did not help. Devin Haney did not help himself. Devin Haney didn't help himself in the slightest. He hurt his stock. Though he won the night, he still hurt his stock. Though Ryan Garcia lost. And he's going to get the brunt of all the ridicule. Understandably so, because of all the stuff that people were saying about Devin Haney. I get it. It's time to glow. If you're a Haney fan or a Ryan Garcia hit it don't matter. Because, look, you lost to Rolly. And like we said before, the optics of Rolly are not great. And losing to him is, for a lot of people, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. But still, he lost a lot of respect because this man said if it was without PEDs, I could beat you, hurt you. Not only would that left hook not do anything to me, but I would have been able to outbox you and do everything I wanted with you. And then against Ramirez, he was fighting, I don't want to say he was fighting scared, but he was fighting in such a conservative fashion that he wasn't backing up all the talk that he was saying he would do to anybody that was not on drugs, that he would be able to just destroy. And it was like, you can't get on us as boxing fans for saying that you are a boring fighter. And then you show up and do a boring fight of your own village. That's a problem. That's a huge problem. That is a major contradiction that we cannot let slide from the standpoint of boxing fans. We're not stupid. We're not ignorant. But we know what we're watching. We pay to watch this stuff. And so we gotta call a spade a spade. Is it time for Devin to get a new trainer? Maybe a change in corner logic is needed. No. He doesn't need a new trainer. I don't think he needs a new trainer. This is Haney. Like, this is Haney. He has to rely on boxing ability. Sugar Shane Mosley didn't train that brother on nothing with power. Didn't train that brother on a doggone thing when it came to power. Like he said that he did. Not one thing was changed with Devin Haney to become a better puncher. Not one. And stylistically, he can't afford to be anything different. And so the training fits him. It does. Getting away, that type of training made him undisputed. That type of training helped him have a phenomenal fight with Lomachenko. Whether you feel he won or lost. And I'm on the side, I think he lost. But regardless of which, it was a great fight. But he doesn't need to change. Also, he can't change. And if he did try to change, it would be worse. He would be a worse fighter, in my estimation. Because this current style, though we hate it fits all of his attributes that he has the best. Because he is somebody, if he gets out of that element, it will not be the same level of production. And so I don't think he should change his dad. I don't think he should change his trainer. I don't think he should change anything. But I also think he can't afford to, because if he does, he's going to be worse for wear, at least from what I'm seeing right now. Daryl Anderson, how you doing? Appreciate you tuning into the show. Hey, John, is the fight here yet? So not yet. We're getting into the main event now. The main event part of the card with 2 championship fights starts at 10 p.m. with Rafael Espinosa first, and then Inoue coming afterwards at roughly 11:30-ish, around that time. So we doing the show. We got whatever you all want to discuss and talk about. In fact, hold on. Let's do what we do best. Hold on, wait a minute. This is a mini show, is it not? Let's do what we do best, shall we? It's time to do the championship match. Yes, sir. Hey, we got time to kill. Whatever y'all want to discuss, we can talk about it throughout the whole of this waiting period while we're waiting on the card to come about. Yeah, we can do this. Whatever you want to talk about, discuss, questions, comments, concerns, we can see what you all got to say, and we'll bring it up. And hey, I'm all for talking about it. And and when we look at Devin Haney now, that fight with Ryan Garcia, again, if it even takes place, because who knows what's going to happen now with that whole situation. Will Rolly step aside like he said that he's willing to do? I don't know. Will he objectively say, nah, give me Devin Haney now? And that's a whole new can of worms now of can Rolly beat Devin Haney. We have a new wrinkle in this whole division. We got a new wrinkle in this entire division. And so, but strictly with that rematch, now, what is the consensus in you all's eyes? And do you feel that when you look at when we look at Haney versus Ryan, if that fight was to take place, do things change for you as to who you think would win? Or is it that it would be the same result? Because Ryan, the thing I was scared of with Ryan the thing I was scared of with Devin Haney getting gunshot because of the power of Ramirez happened to Ryan Garcia in that fight. But Haney also was even more timid than he was in the fight with Devin Haney. Yes, he did fix that guard. We saw him keep the telephone on his ear, finally. But ironically enough, Ramirez, when he was able to land, still landed that left hook. So now I'm asking the question, well, shoot, is it anything to say that still wouldn't happen against Ryan Garcia? Because here's the thing also you need to understand about that fight. The reason why Ryan got gun shy and why that fight went the way it did with Rolly, not just because Rolly beat him. He did beat him. Oh, he beat him. He beat him clean. Beat him clean and outboxed. Absolutely. But it was the power that made him have to be concerned. The power made him hesitate. The same thing I said about the likes of Devin. Okay, everything that I said, I was scared of with Devin Haney. Being hesitant, scared of getting hit, scared of getting caught. All of that happened to Ryan Garcia. After that knockdown, all of it. He completely stripped away his entire arsenal of punches and only stuck to the jab because he was scared that that left hook or the left hook that he loves to throw was going to get him in trouble and catch him. Just like it did early in round 2. And so he didn't want to throw. And that was my fear with Haney. Now what happened to Ryan? But it was because of the pop. And so because we know Ryan doesn't have that level of power, we have to be real and say, is this performance really indicative of what that fight would look like in a rematch between Haney and Garcia? Because the biggest thing that made Rolly be able to win was the threat of that power and the actuation of what his punch can do to you. The legitimate outcome, the result. Landing something on Ryan made him gun-shy, made him scared. Devin Haney, he landed something flush on Ryan in their fight, and the body kept on trying to walk forward. Is there really any way that if we watched Ryan and watched Devin, based on what we saw last night, Friday. That would really tell a story of what that fight would look like in a rematch. Because I'm not trying to be a Ryan apologist. I'm not trying to be a Devin Haney rider. I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm trying to be real. We saw two of some of the worst versions of each fighter. We did. Let's not mince words, but we saw two of some of the worst versions of Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. The ultimate conservative of Devin Haney, similar to the likes of Shakur Stevenson. The worst version of Shakur Stevenson. And then a gun-shy Ryan Garcia that got caught still with his chin in the air, like we've been saying him not to do, against Rolly Romero. And so it's hard to say because the reasoning for their performances, from what I'm able to gather, it's like it doesn't translate to, yes, that's what's going to happen when they step in the ring. Because what made Rolly able to do what made Rolly have the ability to do what Rolly did was, in fact, a physical power that Devin Haney does not have in the slightest. And what Devin Haney was able to do to Ramirez was due to the fact that Ramirez doesn't have the youthful legs that somebody like a Ryan Garcia had to be able to keep up with them and cut off the ring. That's literally. Haney was able to do what he did because Ramirez was too slow, outright, completely too slow. Ryan would actually be able to keep up with the bouncing around of Devin Haney. And yes, it takes two to tango. Ramirez should be able to cut off the ring, but Garcia, at minimum, from what we know on average, can do that more effectively. And because of the lack of power that Devin Haney has, that is not a Rolly in the slightest, he won't be afraid to do what little or to copy the little bit of success that we saw Ramirez have in their fight, which was when he was bum rushing Devin Haney. Once he actually was able to counter, or once he actually was able to catch him in those few and far between instances, bum rush him and be able to fight out of the clinch. Ryan's better at that than Ramirez. And so I don't think we really learned anything about what that fight would look like if it indeed took place the second time with Ryan Kling. We can talk about Ryan not having the power. Absolutely. Again, I think that when we covered the whole Osterine situation multiple times in as much detail as I could in the past when he was at his heights. And so we've talked about it so much ad nauseum. But if this is the versions of both Devin and Ryan that we're going to have, if we have that rematch take place, I didn't learn so much, if anything at all, to give me any indication that this fight will go one way or the other. Because the very things that had both of them winning and losing were due to things that the other opponent does not have. Ramirez ain't got speed or footwork. Devin Haney's got that. Or Ryan Garcia's got that. From the standpoint, if he can catch you. Rolly's got power that Devin Haney doesn't have in the slightest. So there's nothing that would keep him away from wanting to be aggressive. Unlike with Rolly, who lived up to the hype of what Tank said when he said that Rolly had the hardest punch he ever faced off against in his career. Way better than Ryan. As we can see, there's some truth to that. A lot of truth to that. Based on what we saw Ryan Garcia. And so I'm like, I didn't learn anything. I did not learn anything. And from when I was watching. Also, Vita, what's good with you? Thanks for tuning in. How you doing? Appreciate you coming in onto the show. Franklin Zana, Ryan will be twice as aggressive against Devin Haney. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And because of that, knowing what that fight would be most likely, because of the lack of physical power that Devin Haney has punching, Devin Haney didn't show me anything to say he's got something to combat that. Because Devin Haney fought more like Devin Haney from the standpoint of using the ropes, using the ring, and in this case, more like Shakur than anything else. And that won't work because if somebody can keep up with you, now you gotta do what you gotta do. And we saw him be able to do what he normally does from the standpoint of offensive output against Kambosos all those years ago. Yes, Kambosos ain't that great of a fighter. We get it. We know. Devin Haney outboxed him clean. But the way that he did it was completely different than what we saw with Ramirez. Completely different. He was engaging. He was constantly popping out. He was genuinely throwing, letting his hands go, being willing to be more offensively minded from the standpoint of deliberate. That wasn't what we saw this weekend. And it really has, there's more questions than answers with Devin Haney now. And I'm like, it's terrible. Who was more negative, Haney or Skull? So, Skull was worse, but Haney got the worst of the result. Skull was objectively worse. Skull didn't even try. Skull did a Charlo. Devin Haney didn't do a Charlo. Devin Haney at least threw more than what we saw Ryan Garcia throw against Roland. We can at least say that. Devin Haney put more effort in this fight than anything that we saw Skull do. Anything that we saw Skull do. There's no objectively true. Oh, Skull made so many enemies, he may never get a fight again. Skull looked so bad on the biggest stage, he may never get a fight again. Do you understand that? This man may never get a fight again on any big proponent because of what he did against Devin Haney or against Canelo. It was such an abhorrent performance. Absolutely. But you also got to understand, Skull was already unknown to most of the boxing public. His resume, like I said before, wasn't great. Undefeated, didn't tell the story of what he is as a boxer at all. At all. So it's like this brother was not anything special in the first place. This was a necessary evil of sorts, quote unquote, for this round in order to get the fight undisputed versus undisputed, Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. That's why this fight happened. But if it wasn't for that, Skull would have never had a shot. That was it. If Canelo didn't get stripped, Skull would have never gotten a shot in any capacity for a championship. Never. Because you saw the performance. It was terrible. It was horrible. And so, but he was already unknown. So he goes back into obscurity with all due respect. Haney, he is a well-known name that this whole weekend was to showcase the best of him. Make us see some change to get us excited for that fight with Ryan Garcia or any fight down the road for that matter in the heart of Times Square. And he had the worst performance of his individual career from the standpoint of, yes, we saw what happened against Ryan Garcia, but from a offensive perspective, not getting beat, but just a bad fight. He had that. He had his Shakur moment in the middle of New York City. He had his Shakur versus De Los Santos moment in the middle of Times Square. Lambasted for the world to see. Even with Ryan Garcia losing, they are not showing highlights of that fight with Devin Haney. And he was the co-main event because of how bad it was. That is not good in the slightest. That is so bad. Like that is frustratingly bad. So I would say that while William Skull shot himself in the foot, he goes back to where he came from. Devin Haney, this was supposed to help him. The only thing that helped Devin Haney this weekend was Ryan Garcia losing. If Ryan Garcia had won against Rolly, even if it was close, in a basic performance, Devin Haney would be looking like the fool of the week due to the public eye looking at him and saying, you are so bad. That's what most of the public would be saying. But because of Ryan Garcia's loss, that helped overshadow Haney. But it's still bad. Way more detrimental. Because this brother still is not getting any. There's no highlight that Devin Haney. There's no good thing you can take from that fight. There's literally nothing you can take from that fight. We can at least say that with Skull, hey, if you had maybe utilized your offense a little bit more, because you were making Canelo have to move, you could have turned this into something competitive if you had potentially tried. But he didn't try. Devin Haney tried. And that but still put on this level of absolutely horrendous type of performances. And so it's left a bad taste, especially because we already, or most people, already don't like you as a fighter. So this only adds more fuel to say that, yeah, Ryan Garcia lost. Give all the jeer him. Do what you got to do. No question. But my gosh, brother, you ain't out the fire. You ain't getting burnt the worst. But brother, you got some heat on you. Because you ain't. Shoot, if it isn't Ryan Garcia or Tank, I'm not paying for you. Let's be real. Let's be real. I'm not paying to watch Devin Haney. If this is some people's first time seeing Devin Haney. This is some people's first time seeing Devin Haney in person. And I guarantee you he lost fans. I promise you. I promise you. Or his own supporters, it's not even the same level of rah-rah. Because you put on this. You did this. It's bad. It's really bad. And so, yeah. So, long story short, Skull had a worse performance. Yes. But Devin Haney got the worst due to his performance. If that makes sense. The ridicule is gonna bring down Haney's stock immensely, even in the midst of Ryan Garcia losing. Way more than it will for William Skull. William Skull, it's just nobody knew him in the first place. So now we don't have to worry about him again because he probably won't get booked again. And bing, bang, boom. Go live life with all your money, but we will never see you again. Almost assuredly. And so hopefully that answers your question. And my apologies if I'm being long-winded. I am so sorry. Also, anything else y'all want to talk about? We got a lot. Teofimo Lopez. We can talk about him. Phenomenal fight that he had as we're getting ready for Espinosa versus Vasquez, which I'm excited for. I picked Vasquez to get potentially an upset. Though the more I think about it, maybe I should have chosen Espinosa. I want to change. You know what? I got time to change. I got time to change my pick. I think I'm going to change it to Espinosa. Espinosa by a late stoppage. I think I'm going to change it to Espinosa by a late stoppage. It's going to be an exciting fight, but I think the more I'm thinking about this fight, the more I'm going through exactly what Espinosa can do to the likes of Vasquez. I think it's going to be he loses. I think that we see Espinosa beat Vasquez and knock him out. These top rank cards are the longest. They are. No, they like, I tell you, we just had a 30-minute wait for the main event. We just had a 30-minute wait for the main event for two fights. And I'm thinking, man, we call the Ring Magazine cards long, but at least they got a fight happening it's back to back to back. You got 5 minutes and then it's the next fight. 5 minutes, the next fight. It'll go to 12 o'clock, but brother, you getting a fight about every hour. And so we can at least have that as our back burner. Now we don't got to worry about, breaking. And so I'm like, yeah, commercial breaks, even shoot. Even with if the ring had commercial breaks, it would still go by quicker from the standpoint of downtime than what we see with Top Rank. And so, oi. That's all I got to say about that, because this is going to be, brother, waiting for Inoue. We probably ain't going to get Inoue until 12 o'clock. We probably won't get the start. Inoue probably won't walk to the ring until 12, knowing how these cards normally go. But again, please, whatever you want to talk about, hey, come through. If you're new, leave a like on the stream. If you're here, we can still answer more questions about the whole of the night. We can answer more questions about what we've seen over the course of the weekend. Canelo versus Terrence Crawford is in fact going down. It's here. We live and we excited for it. Yo, Trey, what's good with it? How you doing? Appreciate you tuning in. Leave a like on the stream since you're joining in on the show. Game 7, Golden State right now. I'm keeping track of that game right now. And I think that the Rockets are, let me make sure I get an update on this thing. Oh, yeah, the Rockets are losing 56. Warriors are winning, 56-47 in the third quarter. This is a make-or-break game. What is it that Steph is doing at this point in time thus far? It looks like it's been a very back-and-forth type of affair. Draymond got 10 points? Oh, my gosh. Oh, shoot. No wonder they win it. Draymond's having himself a career game. Steph has 3 points. 1 for 7. Good gosh. Shoot. Steph is struggling and they still win it. Rockets, and you better take advantage of this. Y'all can't let Buddy Hield beat you. Buddy Hield right now got 22 points, 8 of 10 from the field, 6 of 8 from 3. Again, another sharpshooter. This is the danger that we saw with him having another splash brother since Clay left, now added to the roster. Buddy Hield being one of the best 3-point shooters that we've had of this modern era of basketball ever since he's came into the league. He's been sensational, and now he's showing why he's so valuable. Jimmy Butler, 11 points, 4 for 9. It's been, the bench ain't really had nothing. It's literally been the starting 5 that has been carrying this squad and winning anything. Buddy Hield being the big catalyst as to why this Warriors team potentially is going to move on from a very back and forth type of entire series. And thankfully, our man Thompson is showing up and showing out 18 points, 8 of 12 from the field. This man is a monster. As much as Sir Thompson's great defensively, our man Thompson is great offensively. It is a little yin and yang between those two brothers. Oh, gosh, if they ever played with each other, that would be, so good. We do need to see Jalen Green, though. 1 for 5, brother. You can't go up and down consistently all the time. You need to do some good work. Because if not, we got some issues. And again, what you say? What about Jimmy? Jimmy only got, let me look. Jimmy got 11 points, 4 for 9 from the field, 3 assists, 7 rebounds. 3 assists, 4 rebounds, 11 points, 1 for 2 from 3, 4 for 9 from the field. Okay game, not great. Buddy Hield has been carrying the squad, 22 points, 6 of 8 from 3. 8 of 10 from the field outright. So it's been, if Buddy Hield carries his team and Steph does indeed underwhelm, bring some big concerns for the next step in the Western Conference if they get to the semifinals. If they lose, this is going to be held against Steph. It will. In a game 7, if they lose this game, it's going to be held against. It will. I promise you it will. But we'll have that talk more so on Tuesday. As we got Rafael Espinosa coming down to the ring. Yes, sir. We get ready for the main event or the co-main event of the night. Yeah, we excited. We are excited. Give me your top 5 immediate players under 25. Ooh, that's a shoot. I gotta think. Hold on. Let me bring up. There's a good chunk of 25. Let me see. I might have to look this up real quick. Off the top of my head, I can't think of the ages. Who the best players 25 and under? So yeah, okay, all right. Thank you. Okay, good comprehensive list. Victor Wembanyama, absolutely. Luka just turned. Luka's 26. Can't say Luka. Victor Wembanyama. Tatum's 27. I thought that buddy was younger. Shoot. Good gosh. Hold on. Let me get some of these ages right. Cause I'm hold on a minute. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I got some of these ages correctly. So I am not I'm not struggling with this. So I got right now. Okay, yeah. Victor Wembanyama. In no order. Victor Wembanyama, Anthony Edwards, Ja Morant, Cade Cunningham. Is he 25? Yep, Cade Cunningham, especially this year. My gosh, that but is a menace. And Pablo Banchero. Those are my 5. Halliburton, love him. I don't like him as a player all that much. It's not because he ain't good. I know the greatness. I see the results. But I'm like, From that list, I see him as more so on the bottom of that totem pole. But yeah, Cunningham from the Pistons. Oh yeah. He's one of the top. Under 25. Oh, he's a menace. He's a beast. He's a beast. He's a beast. He's a beast. This cat is a beast. Strong, can shoot the three, is a great leader. Phenomenal passer, can give you, especially when he gets hot, can give you 30, 35. Is able to lead comebacks, is getting better defensively, is becoming very crafty while also being better at using his body. Great change of pace, good, phenomenal handle. As well as underratedly can play out the post and can bait you into fouls, but doesn't need to rely on it to be efficient and effective. Oh yeah, he's one under 25. He's one of the best. He's absolutely one of the best. No question about it. If you ever get a chance, go watch some of his highlights and what he's been doing this playoffs. Though they got knocked out by the Knicks, go watch what he did in the playoffs and what he's been doing throughout this season. Yeah, no, he's up there. No question in my mind that he is up there. He's definitely up there. Then you got people like Melo, absolutely Zion, but I need to see him a little bit more healthy. Chet, love him. Tyler Hero coming into his own now, but he's still under that threshold. He ain't up there yet. I'm in Thompson at this point in time, but he might clear everybody. I'm high on that butter. I love that butter, genuinely. And so, yep, they in the ring. So here we go. Now it's time to go. It's time to fight. It's time to have ourselves a phenomenal night because we got Espinosa versus Vasquez happening right now in the co-main event of the evening. I got Espinosa winning by KO. I'm changing my pick before it starts. I initially said Vasquez would get the upset, but I think we're really going to see Espinosa get a knockout in this fight. So I'm going to go with my gut on this one, and I'm going to say that yeah, he takes it, and we going to see him win. If I'm wrong, don't shoot the messenger. Hey, just trying to give you best analysis that I can. So excuse me. Absolutely. And also, if you are here, please leave a like on the stream. Comment your thoughts and throughout the chat so we can bring it up and see what you have to say. Absolutely. We love to hear from you, and we love this community together. We're here for a championship occasion of a grand coronation of what potentially will be a new continued reign or a potential and new announcement coming up on our televisions today as we get ready to start. It's time to fight. Let's go. Round one coming underway. Yes, sir. Espinosa versus Vasquez, as Espinosa quickly Espinosa takes center of the ring, goes and throws a jab, flurry, jabs into an uppercut. Also, already being more aggressive, trying to use that length and also varied offense. Good uppercut by Espinosa on the inside. Vasquez blocks it. Espinosa already being a pressure fighter thus far. He will use that overwhelming height and ability to throw some good combinations to overwhelm his opponents. How is Vasquez going to be able to take it, especially with Vasquez not having as much pop to his game? I think he's only got 4 or 5 KOs on his resume thus far. In fact, let me check and see while we got some time on the thing. Good jab into a check hook by Espinosa. Oh, good hook by Vasquez, though, leaping left hook as he's trying to jump into the interior field of Espinosa. As we're going 205, 11 round one thus far. Hook to the body by Vasquez as he's trying to get on the inside. That height discrepancy. That's good double uppercut by Espinosa. There's a little bit of Sebastian Fundora in the likes of Espinosa from the standpoint of using that height. Good uppercut again. Really using that uppercut to be able to get through the guard of Vasquez. Good overhand right by Vasquez as he's trying to get some pressure on Espinosa. Triple uppercut by Espinosa. Blocked this time by Vasquez. Leaping jab to the body by Vasquez. Espinosa right now is winning this round off of the uppercut. That uppercut is his saving grace at this point in time. Hook to the body. Good hook to the body by Vasquez. Jab to the head by Vasquez. Uppercut misses by Espinosa. As Espinosa right now is really working that jab and making it so that he is forcing Vasquez to fall into that uppercut. And it's going to be tough for Vasquez to get around that height. It really is going to be. I would think Vasquez needs a lot more head movement, a lot more pre-slipping rather than just trying to react instantly. Because that's going to, we've seen people try to do that before with Espinosa, and they normally get swelled up. Because they keep the rhythm of the punches as well as trying to be, at the last second slip, it never works out for him. Another jab by Espinosa, keeping him at bay. 30 seconds left in round one. Just patting that jab, using that javelin just to keep Vasquez from being able to really do anything. And again, another uppercut on the side of Espinosa. Good hook by Vasquez though. Now he's starting to do some work on the inside. But see, the hard part about fighting as a smaller fighter against a really, really tall fighter is once you get within your range, not smothering your work. And we saw Vasquez do that as the round is thus far. And real quick, let me fix something real quick. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Hold on a minute. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, I'm back. Don't worry. I'm not leaving. Don't leave. Please stay. Please stay. But when you're a small fighter trying to eat the real estate of a larger fighter, the struggle becomes that you need to be able not to smother your work once you do get within range. And oftentimes you see smaller fighters, even when they get to the point where they can throw combinations, they to some degree shoot themselves in the foot because they mess up their own work momentum. Because all of a sudden now, not just the angles, but it is the spacing. You're so deliberate in trying to get inside that you didn't lose your foot placement to be able to effectively punch with the combinations that you want to land, which can somewhat nullify their effectiveness. As we're going into round two, that right now, 2:35 left in round, 2:35 at the start of round two. Good hook and uppercut combination by Espinosa. Another rangy uppercut by Espinosa. Another double jab by Espinosa. Hook to the body by Vasquez. Vasquez is I'm telling you, Espinosa like a tree. Good hook by Vasquez around the guard. Good hook again by Vasquez around the guard. Them overhands, this is working. Those overhands are working. That's what caught Fundora when Mendoza knocked him out. Look to the body by Vasquez. Good uppercut again by that's the money punch. That's the punch of the fight of the night right now. That uppercut to the body. Another jab by Espinosa, just going through doing easy work. He's not even putting everything into the punches in terms of Espinosa. It's simply, I don't want to say arm punching, but it's like a third or maybe half strength. But it's effective. It's heavy shots. Good movement by Espinosa. Punching and then getting off angle. Good jab by Vasquez. He needs to do more of that. Good hook again by Vasquez on the inside. But Vasquez needs to utilize that double jab some more. Don't just try to slip and walk your way in. Use your jab. Good hook to the body by Espinosa. Good work on the inside by Vasquez. Good slips, good head movement by by Vasquez. Hey, right now, this is Vasquez's best round. 30 seconds left in round two. It's his best round thus far. Now he's finding a home for those overhand hooks. Good right hand by Espinosa. It's a barrage of limbs right now. From Espinosa, it's a barrage of limbs, genuinely. As we cut into the end of the round, it's a barrage of just limbs and punches on the side of Espinosa, and this again, it's weird, but it's really cool seeing these tall types of lanky fighters having this level of high output. Again, like Sebastian, like Espinosa, and fighting on the inside when you would think the best range would be with range. On the outside, using straights in the right hand, maybe a long hook, a long uppercut, but keeping that distance. They like to go to war. They love to go to war. They want to be in that fire. They make the fire, which is, again, different. And you would think it puts them in danger because, again, we see Vasquez getting a good chunk of left hooks landing on him. But it's like, no, it's some good work. No running, no clinching. Gotta appreciate that. Yeah, and you know what? If Jay Riggs was here, which he was here last time, he was here. But we were talking about how the infighting and in the clinch, it's a lost art because people don't do it, and we hate that people don't do it. But now, people are doing it, or they're doing it. At least they're doing it. And it's in an effective way. Working on the inside is not something that comes easy to everybody. It is a legitimate talent that you got to have at your disposal. As we're going into round 3. Yo, Jay Will, what's good with you? How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning into the show. Thanks for showing up. Hey, I'm away with my Army yearly annual training. Well, hey, salute to you. Thank you for your service. Absolutely. We appreciate you taking time out to join us on the show. Hope the fight's been good. I got a lot of replays to watch. Oh, brother, oh, gosh, you do. Oh, man. You're going to have a lot of replays to watch. And if you can't stay for long, no worries. Tuesday, be here because we got a lot to discuss over the course of the whole weekend. But we appreciate your time right now. If you would, leave a like on the stream if you got some time. Don't want to pressure you. Don't want to try to pull some teeth trying to get out. But hey, we'll be greatly appreciated. I'm so happy that you're here. And hey, be safe over at training. And thank you again for your service to the country. Oh, we salute you absolutely. And you are indeed making it possible for us, for me, to do what I do now. So all respect to you, absolutely. Anybody else who serves in armed forces, whatever branch it may be, we appreciate you absolutely, and thank you so much. And as we're going into round 3 right now, Espinosa is dominating from the standpoint of output. We're seeing Vasquez land some stuff with the hooks, but still, it's a nightmare from the standpoint of, again, limb, just a torrent of punches coming your way. I get back Monday afternoon and we'll see you on Tuesday. Hey, great, absolutely. Can't wait to see you there. Oh, it's going to be a great show, and I can't wait to hear from you once you get to see all these replays, because I promise you, I know you're gonna have a lot to say. We're gonna have a couple people that have a lot to say about what we saw this weekend. I promise you that. But again, be safe, come back, and we're gonna be right here joining or enjoying all the fun on Tuesday and on Thursday. Trust and believe. Can't wait for it. But again, a minute left in round 3 at this point in time. Good hook by Espinosa by Vasquez, on the inside at this point in time. We got 50 seconds left in the round. Good straight right to the body by Espinosa. Another straight right to the body. Again, good jab into to a hook by Vasquez. 35 seconds. Ooh, good. Ooh, that right hand shook up Vasquez a little bit, slightly. Good uppercut by Espinosa also. It's been fireworks. Another uppercut by Espinosa. It's been real good fireworks. My goodness. It's been Espinosa starting to heat up. Ooh, good right hand by Espinosa. That caught his attention. Another uppercut. Oh, he's hurt. Oh, shoot. Oh, my gosh. Hey. As the round ends. But hey. Vasquez in trouble. I'm glad I changed my pick. Because right now, Vasquez he's getting taken to the woodshed. Right now, I think that was Espinosa's best round thus far. Stavi, what's good with you? Thanks for tuning in. How you doing? Inoue time. That's happening next, right after this fight with Espinosa versus Vasquez. For sure, what's good with you? Thanks for tuning into the show. Yeah, he's not gonna last much longer. No, he ain't. But again, he's been tough. I'm not gonna lie, but it's the fact that I give it 4 rounds. Before what I said with round 6, I think I said round 6. I give it at max. What was it, 4 or 6? Yeah, at max round 8. I think it's going to get stopped between either 6 or 8 because the uppercut is landing incredibly well. The right hands are now starting to take hold and get through and around the guard of Vasquez, and he's not using enough head movement, or he's trying to be instinctual and slipping instead of trying to pre-slip to go on and get himself out the way off that center line, because that's where all the shots are landing, on that center line right now as the round 4 starts. Thus far, good hook and right hand by Vasquez. Another good work by Vasquez right now. Starting out hot, and now see, he's not smothering his punches. He's not smothering his work now in terms of Vasquez, unlike he did I think in round 2 when he does get on the inside. He's got to tighten up that high guard. He's got to tighten up that high guard. If you're Vasquez. Vasquez now trying to really keep his net way on the inside. Doing a good job of keeping up with Espinosa stepping. Good uppercut by Vasquez. By Espinosa, excuse me. A good uppercut by Espinosa again. He's got to tighten up that high guard. If you're gonna stand in front of Espinosa and try to work on the inside without using head slots or trying to slip, you got to have something tight. Take a page out of Isaac Cruz's book. Good hook by Vasquez. Jab to the body by Vasquez. Espinosa using a lot of angles. Stepping and moving, stepping and punching, trying to get Vasquez off of him. Good uppercut by Espinosa again. Like that's the punch. At some point in time, Vasquez he's got to adapt his guard to that. Good combination by Vasquez. Good hook by Vasquez. Another good hook by Vasquez, but again, Espinosa kind of good right hand, good flurry, and volley a punch. Espinosa starting to open up. Vasquez is. Oh, that hurt. Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt. Vasquez is hurt. Vasquez is in trouble. Vasquez is in trouble. Vasquez is, hold on, wait a minute. Oh, good right hand. Left to right to flurry of punches. Vasquez getting ready to go. Vasquez is about to go. Oh, shoot. Vasquez getting ready to go. That body shot hurt him. That body shot hurt him bad. That body shot hurt him real bad. That body shot hurt him real bad. Oh, he's swinging for the fences. Ref might have to stop this. You better clench up if you're Vasquez. You better clench up if you're Vasquez. You better clench up if you're Vasquez. You don't have to. You in trouble. Oh, you in big trouble. Good hook to the body. And the round ends. Brother. We got some issues. Oh, shoot. We got some problems right now. We got some problems in Vegas. Espinosa is he's in a bad state. He's in dire straits. He needs to get himself together. He is the body attack is now getting to him, and his inability to get away from that uppercut or manipulate his guard to counteract that uppercut now is starting to take its toll. And see, the biggest punch that's hurting him is that straight right to the head and that hook to the body. It's a dangerous game, man. Vasquez is really playing a dangerous game. Good uppercut. Oh, see that the sweeping uppercuts. It's been working so well for the likes of Espinosa. I mean, this is why he's a champion. But this is why it's so hard to beat. And again, Vasquez is about to go down. You right. He's getting ready to go. He's cut up. He's bruised. Next round starting. He's in round 5 starting. But he's getting ready to go. My prediction might be right. Round 6. Good jab by Espinosa. See, now using that distance. Now he's using that reach in terms of Espinosa. Good hook to the body by Vasquez. But Vasquez, he'll have some success on the inside, but then once he stops punching, Espinosa's able to tee off. He's trying to recover right now. Yeah, if I'm Vasquez, I'm using the ring. I'm clinching. If I'm Vasquez, I'm clinching this round. I'm holding on, trying to recover. Good 1-2 by Vasquez. Good hook to the head that Espinosa gets out the way of. Please, use some head movement, man. Good hook to the head by Vasquez. Golly, man, Bob, do something. You're so stationary. That's why you're getting caught. Good hook by Vasquez. It's when they're disengaged and you're just in front of them. Good hook, but good straight right. Good hook again by Vasquez on the inside. See did some good work by Vasquez. But the issue is when he's not punching, he's not moving like he needs to move. He's not making himself a harder target to hit. He's just got that high guard up and it's not tight enough to block everything to the head. And the damage is starting to take hold. Good uppercut. Good combination. Oh, he's hurt. He's dropped again. He's on the ropes. Clinch up. Espinosa's going for the kill. He's going for the kill. He's going for broke. He's going for broke. Espinosa's about to get a KO. Oh, it's about to be over. Good hook by Espinosa. It's about to be done. It's about to be over. Oh, it's about to be over. Espinosa's about to get a KO. Good hook by Vasquez. Oh, good uppercut by Espinosa. If I'm Espinosa, I'm looking for a right straight. Because that's been the big, right, like that. The right straight has been the biggest thing. If you want to talk about the biggest damage dealers that has rocked Vasquez, the straight right has been the biggest punch that has hurt Vasquez quicker than anything else. The uppercuts have been the most consistent. The hook to the body's been the second best. But it's that straight right to the head that has wobbled him twice when it's landed flush. Good uppercut by Espinosa. Vasquez in trouble. Vasquez on wobble legs. Vasquez ready to go. Somehow he survives. Shoot. But somehow this brother survives. He's in a bad way. Oh, he's in a bad way. He's in a bad way. Oh, he looks bad off. Vasquez looks bad off. He looks really bad off. This fight has been the best fight out of this entire weekend. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Absolutely. Absolutely, this has been the best fight. The only fight that's really topped this or has been on par would be Bakoli versus Ajagba. That's it. Outside of that, this has been quintessentially the best fight of the weekend. This is the spark we've been waiting on. This is what we expected to see for all three nights. This is great. This is great. We're finally enjoying ourselves from the standpoint of watching fights. From a production standpoint of both people in the ring. Because Vasquez, he's getting beat. Absolutely. He's getting destroyed. But he's trying. He's trying to make something of nothing. He's trying and he's landing. He's having some levels of success. There are foundations to build upon, but he's got to build upon them of his own volition as we get ready for the next round. Again, if you would, leave a like on the stream if you're here and if you're liking what you're hearing and seeing. But as we're going into round 6, this is when I said we would get a knockout. We're going to see if it bodes true. This is, just a flurry of combinations. 3 minutes in this round as we got to go. We're going to see if we can see Espinosa finish the job and get a KO. He's got him hurt. He's got him in trouble. He is both hurt to the body and hurt to the head. Let's see if we can make this happen. Let's see. I almost had to change my title card. There we go. Yeah. Let's see if we can see Espinosa actually make this into the fight that we know he can make this into. And get the KO that we all know is on the way. As I'm quickly making an adjustment on my logo. Excuse me for one moment. Don't want to impose. But as we're looking right now, good hook by Vasquez. As he is indeed losing, but he is indeed making a conscious effort to make this fight somehow manageable. Good hook, good combination by Espinosa. Good uppercut. See, I love Espinosa and how he'll punch with the same hand. I do love that. I really do. I really love that. As we're going right now, minute 15 left in round 6 of this fight. Espinosa's dominating completely. Double uppercut again by Espinosa. That was blocked. Good hook by Vasquez, though. Good hook by Vasquez. He's going to need more of that. He's going to need to. Use that jab to work his way inside and then, just like that. Use that jab. As the smaller fighter, the jab can be successful. You don't got to be told to use a jab. Again, another good jab to force Espinosa back to potentially open up another combination. Good and better head movement. Good 1-2 by Vasquez again. Now good hook by Vasquez. Good shot. He's coming. He's trying to make the best of it. He's trying to work. He's trying to work. Yes, he is. Keep using that jab. As again, 20 seconds left in round 6. Up jab into nothing. I thought it was going to be something come behind it from Vasquez. As we're walking 10 seconds left in the round. As waiting Espinosa, this has been of the punishment that Vasquez has been taking. This is Vasquez's best round thus far. As the round ends, yeah, this. I'm telling you, it's the end is near for the standpoint of Vasquez getting knocked out. He did better work now. Use that jab to back Espinosa back. Is more deliberate with the head movement to try to move and slip and get under and away from the combinations of Espinosa, making him a harder target to hit. Thankfully, this is what we've been asking for. And so it's going to be a tough turnaround, but he's got the start of what can be a game plan to success. And again, don't mean to pry, but if you're here, leave a like on the stream to keep pushing this out to the algorithm for everybody around YouTube. Share the show for the live commentary. Because people that like boxing, people that don't like boxing, get them in here. Let them see what we got going on this show. Because it's a can't miss event for a can't miss fighter. Absolutely. With Inoue, the monster, the myth coming down the pipe after this fight to defend his undisputed championship as we're going into the next round. I think he's going to end it this round. We're going to see. We're going to see. He's already being more deliberate, walking forward, using that jab. So, yeah, he's looking like he is looking to end the show outright. Anyway, getting ready to come in, or is getting prepped for his fight right now inside of his dressing room. This is a great fight to set up that fight with Cardenas. As we're going to good uppercut by Espinosa. Good hook to the body by Espinosa. Vasquez again, use that jab. Use it. Use it to be a good right hand by Vasquez. You see, he's starting to do some better stuff. He's still losing, but he's starting to do some better stuff. Uppercut by Vasquez. Uppercut didn't miss, or uppercut by Espinosa missed, excuse me. Espinosa now got Vasquez in the corner. Just be time for, if Espinosa had an opportunity to end it, back up just a little bit if you're Espinosa and let your hands go. Good overhand right by Vasquez. Another good overhand right there. Espinosa slips. Good uppercut by Vasquez. That uppercut, it's like clockwork, man. Good hook to the body. That got his attention. Ooh, that buckled him. That hurt him a little bit. Yeah, he's hurt again. Good uppercut by Espinosa. Vasquez is hurt. Vasquez is in a bad way. Vasquez is again on the ropes. Vasquez is in a bad way. Vasquez getting ready to stop it. He's getting ready to stop it. It's over. It's over. Ladies and gentlemen, it's over. Yes, indeed. Vasquez gets it done. Vasquez with the win. Vasquez with the KO in round 7. Gets himself a knockout to defend his title at 126 in what was the best fight tonight. What a performance. Absolutely incredible. Look with the consistency of the uppercuts. The not just able to take the punches of Vasquez when he was starting to land with those overhands and straights, but also being able to go to the body. That was what really impressive. Going downstairs and hurting him in multiple different points on the body. It wasn't just breaking through the guard. It wasn't just landing the uppercut with the lack of head movement that Vasquez was having. It was going downstairs, mixing up his offense, being able to land hooks around the guard and into pinpoint places on the body that had Vasquez buckled, had him hurt. He hurt him again to the body this round with a shot right on the belt line. That was clean. That was so good, so precise, so destructive. Helped to start the beginning of the end with this performance. And now we see it. We see it. And I'm telling you, this brother is a hard man to beat. Espinosa is he is a hard cat to beat. This is a hard brother to beat. I'm telling you, he's better than Sebastian Fundora for my money. But with the similar qualities of the length and height, he is a I think he's a better offensive fighter. He's a better defensive fighter. He is able to, from the punch selection, is a lot better, and the not just punishment that he can take, but the nuances that he can use in his game are indeed a whole lot better. This man is I'm telling you, this is a skyscraper. That might be his nickname. That's what I'm gonna call him. This brother's a skyscraper, because he's sound and integral while also having all that height. It's incredible. It's phenomenal. As again, they're going to the scorecards, but yeah, now we wait for Inoue. Now it's time. Now we're waiting for the fight that we all came to see. This was the best fight of the night, and we can best fight of the weekend, and we can pretend to see an even better one with Inoue versus Cardenas. It is happening now. I repeat, Inoue is coming down the docket. Inoue is making his way into the realm of greatness from the standpoint of one of the best pound-for-pound fighters that the whole world has to offer. From a talent perspective, is the pound-for-pound best in the world. From an outright pound-for-pound perspective, I have him as number 2, only taken over by Usyk. But I think as a talent, he's a better fighter than Usyk. And right now, his resume is one of the best in boxing. He has everything at his disposal. I'm not saying he can't be beat, but I am saying he's the closest thing to perfection that you can find in boxing in today's game. He's so good. He's so spectacular. And America is about to see him on stage right now for the world to see. And let me tell you something else as we got some time. And again, please, if you like what you're hearing, leave a like on the stream and share it, because I think this is a conversation that we need to have more often when we talk about Inoue. We have people disrespecting Inoue because they want to have him fight in America. Then, when he does fight in America, we wanted this man to then go and move up to one. I saw somebody saying that they wanted this brother to fight in the States. And then when he fights in the States, now they're saying they won't give him respect until he fights in the States at 126 and becomes undisputed at 126 and wins and clears everybody out. There's a goalpost that there's an odd hate train that's being brought about for the likes of Inoue that doesn't make any good sense at all, because it contradicts what people who have put on Inoue that isn't really supposed to be something that's put on him. The expectation of greatness should not be put on Inoue, because he's already been great for so long that it's not an expectation. Now it's a standard that is just a given, like Badu Jack. And yet still, people try to detract from him and say that he's got to do more or do it in this specific avenue. I don't care where you fight. I don't care where you get your basis of fans. I don't care where you go around the world. I care about who you beat, the fighter that you are, and the accolades that you bring about. It doesn't matter where you fight. It shouldn't be that the States are the only thing that makes you matter. It shouldn't be. Yes, it's the biggest market. It's the biggest place to make stars. But it should not be the end-all be-all for the only place that you can get respect is if you fighting in the States. That makes no sense. That's preposterous. That is ridiculous. That is genuinely infuriating, because that discredits people that are indeed great. And you don't want to give them their respect because they're not American. Mind you, we haven't had an American heavyweight champion in how many years? But y'all ain't got nothing to say about that. Yet still you got something to say about people like Inoue. It's a rooted, tribalistic, honestly, racially charged sentiment. If I'm being real, we keep it real here. We're not going to mince words about it. I'm not trying to do hot takes right here. This is legitimate. The boxing community has a bunch of pockets of people that don't value people either because of their race or because of where they fight and where they're from, which is stupid and idiotic, because you are willingly going out of your way to try to move goalposts and disrespect greatness when it's right in front of you, yet your favorite fighter isn't doing a third, dare I say a fifth, dare I say a tenth of what we see these other great fighters doing, regardless of where they're from. And they're fighting in America all the time. But you ain't got nothing to say about that. It's a stupid sentiment. It's an ignorant type of mindset. And it's an idiotic standpoint that makes you look foolish if you hold that viewpoint. You can't be a fan of the sport and then and then have a real vendetta against what greatness is and how it's supposed to be. Because when you go that route, you only hurt yourself. And you only show yourself out to be stupid. As we talk about with boxers, you show yourself to be a bum. That's the truth. You show yourself to be a bum in the ramifications of the boxing world. There is nothing that this man has done. And again, he could lose tonight. Inoue could lose tonight. Guess what? He's still one of the greatest that we've ever seen in boxing. He still has had one of the greatest streaks of dominance that we've seen in the modern day era of boxing, regardless of weight class and regardless of time. This man is on pace to match Ricardo Lopez for most consecutive defenses. He's on a list topped by Joe Louis. This is greatness. And you to discredit that because of some idiotic tribalistic nature, you are looking like the fool. You are the bum. You're the bum. You are the bum. And there's no other way to put it. There's no other way to put it. And let's see. And again, not trying to go on a tirade, but it's like, I can't stand it. I can't stand that type of rhetoric because it just hurts the sport as a whole. Let's see. Also, Justin Kemp, what's good with you? How you doing? Thanks for tuning into the show. Hey, glad you're back, and now it's time for, anyway, it's time for the 76ers. Well, you know what? It's time for the 76ers to potentially trade Joel Embiid. Let's be perfectly real. But now it's time. That's a whole nother monster in a bad way that we got with the 76ers. But we got a great monster going on right now that's coming to the ring. Inoue versus Cardenas for the undisputed super. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me do it justice. We got Inoue versus Cardenas for the undisputed super bantamweight championship of the world. Going down right now in the heart of Las Vegas, Nevada for a monumental occasion that will set off a chain of events that is a timeline of dominance of great opponents that are potentially in Inouye's wake at 122 and then at 126 with Cardenas now. Akhmadaliev next. Juto Nakatani, January and or February or March, depending on when that fight gets made. And then 126, Nick Ball, hypothetically. Espinosa, as we just watched, hypothetically can be a fight that he gets in the ring with. Angelo Lopez. There's a whole slew and litany of stars they can face off against at the next weight class. But regardless of which, right now, we are looking to see Inoue dominate. And we're excited for it as we're waiting for him to come through. And again, will this move the needle for Inoue to be considered the best pound for pound in the world? In your eyes? Right now, I have him too. Though as a talent, I have him number one. But could this fight change it for you? Is there something else that he needs to do before he can get in your number one pound for pound rankings? What can he do to overtake Usyk? In your mind, has he overtaken Usyk already? And was Usyk never number one in your eyes, even though he beat Tyson Fury twice and became undisputed champion from cruiserweight, first time in 25 years. First cruiserweight and heavyweight championships. Evander Holyfield. All that. There's a bunch of different qualifications. I would love to hear your thoughts on it all. Also, one more thing. Before I get to my one more thing, leave a like on the stream. We're about to break a record. We had 21 likes last time. Can we get to 22? Can we get to 23? Shoot. We had 40 up here at one point in time. Half of them liked it. We got 13 people here now. We can grow it more, and we can make this community grow even more. Yeah, the more you like the stream. So please, if you haven't already, please do it. I don't mean to pump and pry, but we're on the precipice of breaking a record. I'm excited. I'm trying to make it happen. Yeah. Let's go. Let's do it. But when I was talking about Ryan, remember I think we can now, as we quickly switch to a different topic, I think we can now go and put to bed the conversation of Ryan Garcia versus Boots. Can we not? Can we not put that conversation to bed now? Because I was the one that was saying that Ryan Garcia isn't ready for that smoke in the slides. I said that the left hook can't catch Boots, but Boots would knock out Ryan Garcia. Can we now put that conversation to rest? That Ryan Garcia would die if he went up against the likes of Jerron Boots Ennis? Because I don't see any way, shape, or form that Boots would be able to win. That Boots wouldn't be able to completely destroy the likes of Ryan Garcia, especially after what we saw this time. Because you see, do you see why I would say now it would have been a massacre? Why Ryan Garcia didn't want any of those problems? Because there is nothing that Ryan Garcia would be able to do against the ability, not just of a boxer, but a physical specimen that Boots is. And if you think Rolly Romero is scaring that brother with his popping power, Brother Ryan would be insane. What you trying to retire, Ryan? You trying to retire Ryan? Boots is too much. Hey, I'm not doing this. Brother, yo, it wasn't me. It wasn't me that had this conversation. It was the community. It was the community. I'm not gonna name names, but it was the people in the chat weeks ago having this conversation saying that Boots and Ryan, that would be a good fight. I was saying he don't want those problems. I was the one saying Boots would be a nightmare. Boots would destroy Ryan Garcia. I'm not the one that said that needs to happen. I'm the one that said that Ryan ain't ready in the slightest. They were trying, I was the one defending Boots. People were saying that Ryan would be able to potentially get Boots in trouble. I was trying to tell them, no, don't do that. If you want to end a career, give Boots Ryan Garcia, and Boots will stop the career outright. If you want to end a career, give Ryan Garcia the Boots, and we'll stop Boots, or we'll anyway. Ryan will be there won't be no Ryan. The brother will get destroyed. He'll get destroyed. And so I was trying to say that wasn't going to happen. I was trying to be the one I was trying to be the voice of reason. I was trying to be the voice of reason, if I'm being real. And so, but now you see, this is why I said that it don't need to happen. That what Rolly did that to Boots. Rolly did that to Ryan. But what do you think Boots is gonna do? What do you think Boots is gonna do? And Rolly, honestly, was playing it more safe because he was trying to be really defensively smart and sound. Boots is gonna be like, oh, this is it. He's gonna piece him at the kingdom come. And I don't know why. I don't know either. Daryl, I don't know either. I don't know why that was a conversation. I was trying to be like, y'all are setting Ryan up to completely destroy whatever hype he's had around him. And shoot, if anything, I would be rooting for that fight to happen. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me shut up. They're asking him about Junto. Hold on. Okay. All right, okay. Just got to see the interview. Inoue said that if we keep winning, that fight will happen. Inoue versus Nakatani, and it will be at 122. So, and this is what I'm telling you, it's coming up. It's coming up. And then now they're talking about Akhmadali. And Akhmadali is fighting Inoue in September. Okay. So right now, again, just trying to keep y'all updated on the timeline of Inoue. Fighting Cardenas now. Said if he keeps on fighting and winning, and Nakatani wins, that fight's gonna happen. Akhmadali is in September. And the fight with Nick Ball has not materialized just yet. I'm saying that's it before if I clear Nick's. Okay, yeah, okay. See, that's what I'm thinking. Inoue just said in terms of pound for pound rankings, I'm ranked number 2. And I get why. If I clear out my next 3 opponents, I should be ranked number 1. I'm on board with it. I'm absolutely on board. I'm no problem with that. If he cleans out Cardenas, cleans out Akhmadali, who people have been saying he potentially is ducking. I don't think that's the case. But he cleans out them both, then beats Nakatani afterwards. Like, yeah. He's pound number 1. You can make an argument he wins those next two. He's pound for pound number one. And so, like, it's a real good conversation. But let me see. I meant the hate on Inoue. Yeah, see, I don't get it, but it exists. It really is frustrating that the hate of Inoue that continues to be incurred for no real substantial reason is only because of like a bias. Let's be real. It's a bias. It's a real bias. You can't defend Tank for all that he hasn't done at 130. And we, or I won't say we, because I can't speak for anybody else. And I've been trying to consistently tell you all that 126 on down is a deep, incredibly diverse and talented slew of divisions. By proxy of not having the same level of pop as the higher weight classes, they are more technical, they are more stamina driven, they are more action packed, and they are more well-rounded as fighters. And yet still people want to ignore them because they're not big name stars, because they're small men, which is that's a disservice by the promoters of not making those divisions really show up and show out in the public eye of the boxing world. It's ridiculous. Ben Rodriguez should have more play. Inoue should be a bigger star than he is right now across the globe because of what he's been doing. Even though Nito Donaire, as much of a Hall of Famer as he is, wasn't getting the respect that he deserved as when he was at his best. And it's because they don't give the value of these smaller weight classes the weight that it deserves. And so it's like, it really is frustrating. It really is frustrating. And I'm like, I hate it. I hate it. And then when facts come about and you then don't still try to overlook them, that's stupidity. That's stupidity. That's stupidity outright. And I can't stand it. I can't stand it in the slightest. And so, but real quick to continue my point on the Boots thing. The only reason why I wanted that fight to happen with Boots and Ryan was because I wanted Boots to get pushed to the stratosphere from the standpoint of notoriety. Because he should be one of the biggest names in the sport. He should. Boots Ennis should be one of the biggest well-known names that boxing has to offer. Boots Ennis should be peaking as a household name in the sports world, not just boxing world, in the sports world. Because of how talented he is as a fighter. He's destructive, he's slick, he's flashy, he can taunt you. He's got a great chin, great motor, multi-dimensional offensively, can fight in outside or inside. Looks to push the pace and push the pressure. Wants to be a damaging fighter. Has, again, 33 KOs in his career. And he's fought, what was it, 34 times, I think? Let me make sure. Let me validate the record. As I'm looking through, yeah, it's 30 KOs and 34 fights, excuse me. Similar to Crawford, who has nearly as many KOs as he has fights and wins in his career. He's so good, and he's so young, and he's so polished, and he's only getting better. We see the improvement. We see the athleticism and the maturity that he's garnering as time goes on. He's still young, and he still has things that he needs to fix. He's not perfect defensively, but he's getting better. Still relies on his chin more than I would like. There are still multi-facets of his game that are not refined enough. But it is still, as is currently, a dominating force that makes everybody mesmerized when they see him. You market the brother properly. You give him the flash. You give him the flash, you make the cash. That's all you got to do. Make this man out to be what his talent is. Which is crazy. You've hyped up worse people. Which is ridiculous. You've hyped up worse fighters. And this is a prime stake for you to have on display for the world to see. As a known name. And yet still you are, again, to some degree, putting a disservice on this brother as the star power that he's garnered. And it just frustrates me to no end. Frustrates me to no end. But again, we'll have more time to talk about that. Right now, we got Inoue coming down the pipe. What is your prediction for the fight? Right now, Inoue is a multi-thousand to to, what is it? It's like, what is it? It's like 16,000 to plus something hundred for Cardenas to get the upset. It's very unlikely. He's a heavy favorite. Anyway, he's a heavy favorite to fight against Cardenas. And Cardenas, excuse me while I take a drink. And Cardenas ain't a bad dude. He ain't a bad dude in the slightest. Cardenas is not a brother who is just a pushover. Nah. In fact, let me bring up his resume right now. I believe he has 14 KOs on his career with 20. Is it 20? Oh no, it's got. It's 20. Is it 28 wins? 26. Excuse me. 26 wins, 14 KOs on his resume. He is a brother who he will sit in the pocket with you and fight you. He got a good shoulder roll. He's got great ability to stand in front of you and land shots to the body. He's good at countering, very good at taking advantage of the mistakes that you make as a boxer. And he will continue to keep the pressure on. He's got a decent jab, but more so his hooks are his best weapon. That almost a pull counter of sorts. Well, not necessarily a pull counter. Shoulder roll into a straight right is one of his most detrimental things that he can have at his arsenal. He will open up to the body, but he will be open to get caught also. He's got some good hand speed now. He does. He does have some good hand speed. And he'll roll out and he'll be as responsible as possible. But there are still many openings that we know Inoue can take advantage of. And again, he doesn't have the same power as somebody like a Marlon Tapales. Definitely, in my opinion, don't got the power of somebody like a Louis Neary. But it still is respectable enough that Inoue will have to be mindful. He can't. It's not a punching power that is detrimental, but it's a punching power. It'll sting you. It'll sting you, and if you take too many punches, it'll build up, and then become an avalanche of damage. But I see it is the question is though, once we see Inoue do what we know Inoue does, flip that switch. And more specifically, even without flipping the switch, from the standpoint of if it does turn into an aggressive fight, like we know, or like I know, if you haven't seen him, Cardenas, likes to get into. Once he gets overwhelmed, can he fight on the back foot? He'll use some angles, yes he will, but at that point in time, you can't out footwork Inoue. You can't outmaneuver Inoue. You can't. It's gonna turn into like you have to stand and bang. Inoue will force you to stand. He can outbox him. And if Inoue wanted to, he could just straight up outbox him. Like he did against Fulton. Because he leads better. But it'll be a coming forward. I guarantee you, it's going to turn into a brawl. This fight will turn into a brawl, and it'll be a masterclass type of brawl. It'll be a one-sided affair. And because of the power that we know Inoue is going to bring, I promise you, Inoue is going to catch him. It's going to be a one-hitter quitter. It's going to be a one-hitter quitter. Because of the likelihood of Cardenas wanting to stand and bang. Again, slip and counter. Stand in the pocket. He'll use angles, yes he will, but he'll always get back to being in front of you. And it's going to be a one-hitter quitter. And he's going to land one shot. It's going to take him out. It's going to be one shot. Either uppercut, maybe a right straight. Honestly, it could be a hook to the body. It could be a hook to the body. And that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. One-hitter quitter. That's what I'm predicting. And I'm predicting that in 7 rounds, we see Inoue knock out Cardenas. And on the road to the next great thing. And again, he could lose. We've seen this has been a night of upsets. Or rather, this has been a weekend of the unpredictable. From fight styles to even just straight up doggone it. Straight up losses. Rolly beating Ryan. Devaney having a terrible performance. A boring performance. Bacoli and Ajagwa. Skull. All that stuff that we didn't expect. That we don't, to a degree, it's unpredictable. It's unpredictable. We don't know what we could be seeing. We could see Cardenas have have a Douglas Knight and put it all together and conquer what seems to be the baddest man on the planet in Inoue. All that could happen. I don't think it's likely. Nor do I think it's going to actually be apparent. But here we go. It's here. Yes, sir. The monster is stepping in the ring. Yes, buddy. We've been waiting. We've been waiting. We have been crying out for the myth to become a reality. For the myth, the stories, the underbelly, the rumblings of what this man is now in the States to be able to have the world witness his dominance, witness his aggression, witness the power, the grandeur, the IQ, the speed, the durability, the combination punching, the defensive responsibility, the slickness, the footwork, all wrapped in one. All wrapped within a monster. All wrapped within one of the biggest beasts that we've seen in the history of this sport. One of the most destructive, one of the most diabolical, one of the most iconic fighters when it's all said and done that we will have in the modern day of boxing. And it's currently ranked the second best boxer in the world. In my opinion, from a talent perspective, is the best boxer in the land. In the era that we're in right now, you could argue that he is on par with Canelo. Not even an argument. He is on par with Canelo and Crawford. And he has accomplished oh so much and to a degree matched them in some regard in such little time. And is still growing his resume. And is a man who is so excited inside of the ring. You won't want to look away. You won't want to look away. Sure, it can end in one punch. It can be like a Mike Tyson fight. But also, it is a tapestry of elegance and grace that you will also see in the ring if it goes longer. As the fight goes on, he'll get bigger. He'll get better. His presence will get more dominating. His ability, his aura, more so conqueror's hockey, as we talked about before. It will go through and overcome potentially Roman Cardenas before the fight even starts. Oh, it's a menace of a man. And we're excited to see it, absolutely. And we can't wait to see this man do what he does best, potentially in a win. What's the scouting report on Cardenas? Franklin? Cardenas is a boxer who is 26-1, 14 KOs, decent power, decent to good power, will stand in the pocket, uses angles and footwork to be able to manipulate his opponent while still being in front of him. Uses a Philly shell, has that shoulder roll, not nearly as refined as a Stephen Fulton, but he will use it to slip and counter, roll and counter. He is a person who can't throw combinations more so to the body than anything else, 2 or 3 punches, and he will land big shots to the head. He's got some good speed, underrated speed, if I'm being completely honest when I was watching him. But regardless of which, he is a threat. He is a threat, but I think there's some openings, more specifically when he really opens up his offensive game and trying to stand in front of Inoue while being not just flat-footed, because again he is when the way he likes to fight, he'll plant his feet, but also having that type of style with the defensive holes that I do see in his game, and understanding that his chin may not be able to take the power that Inoue brings to the table. It could be a bad night. It'll make for an exciting fight. But we could see a one-hitter quitter, one punch in the show. He could knock down Inoue. Mind you, I'm not saying Inoue is unbeatable. We could see an upset. We've seen so much unpredictability throughout the whole of the night, throughout the whole of the weekend. But I promise you, this is a man in Cardenas. While we respect him, and again, he ain't bad in the slightest. But this cat, I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready. He's already got a loss on his record against the likes of Danny Flores. Yeah, he's already got a loss against Danny Flores in 2022? What is 2022? 2017, excuse me. 2017. So years ago, yes, he's gotten better. Yes, he has. But at the same time, I think there's really levels to this. I think there's really levels to this. He's going to be exciting. He's going to be coming forward. He's going to be looking to do damage to the likes of Inoue. He's not going to run. He's not going to run. This could be akin to Marlon Tapales when Tapales faced off against Inoue in terms of a stand and bang, knockdown, drag out type of brawl from the standpoint of they both trade in big shots. But if that's the game that you want to play, I don't think you really know what you're ready for. I don't think you know what you're ready for. And we could see, again, if we see what I think we're going to see, brother, we're going to watch a master at work. We're going to watch a savant in the making. We're going to watch a dominating display from one of the greatest of all time right in front of our eyes. And I'm excited to see it. What if Inoue wins by uppercut to the head? If that happens, all the better. The theme of the night with the main events has been uppercuts. But shoot, it could be a short straight right. Like I said, similar to Neri, who was aggressive, who was trying to stand in front of him, who was, again, once the defense started breaking down, was very vulnerable. Or Marlon Tapales, straight right to the head, that bounced the brother off the ropes and then knocked him down. Straight right might be the fight, might be the shot that ends it, especially since that Philly shell guard that we see Cardenas has. If Inoue uses that jab, like he loves to do, lunging forward, closing the distance, and then off of that double jab or single jab, when Cardenas shoulder rolls, this part of his face is open. I've seen it. It's open when he goes for the shoulder roll. And then, boom, you land that straight right through, down the pipe. And it can be a dangerous event. But here we go. The time is now. The day is here. The monster's getting ready to come. The myth is evident. The myth is apparent. The myth is walking. The myth is getting instructions. And we about to have one of the best fights of the night. We here. We're finally here on a day that we've been waiting on. Inoue in America. Looking to be, I don't think his dad. I don't think that was disrespectful. I think Inouye's dad didn't see Cardenas' trainer trying to shake his hand. I think he turned away. So don't take that as anything. Again, the whole family, that whole community is normally highly respected. But here we go. The myth, the monster is coming through. Round one of the show. Let's get it on. Inoue versus Cardenas for the undisputed super middleweight or super bantamweight championship of the world. As we already see, I told you, Cardenas will want to stand in the pocket. Looking to come forward. This is Inouye's first time in a public crowd in the States, though he's fought in America roughly 3 times before. During COVID, mind you. But still, he fought in the States and knocked out Maloney. And then knocked out another brother. Then knocked out another brother. Double jab up, see, and the volley's already starting to start. The speed is indeed apparent. It's so fast. The way he throws his punches, it's so sharp. It's mechanical. It is mechanical. As again, Cardenas looking to come forward. Good jab by Cardenas. Good speed, but good slip by Inoue. Inoue again, already Cardenas is having the feint. Going away from that Philly shell, now going into a straight high guard against the likes of Inoue. Again, normally he'll use that Philly shell to try to slip and use that shoulder roll. He ain't doing that now against Inoue. Hook to the body by Cardenas. That misses. Inoue again, slowly stepping forward. Good jab by Cardenas that lands. Good hook to the head by Inoue. 1 minute 22 left in round 1. Good jab to the body by Inoue. As again, slow pace. Slowly building up on his offensive aggression. Building up the foundation of a game plan to go through and end Cardenas. Another multiple jab. And see, I told you, the footwork, angling out on his punches. That's what Cardenas loves to do. Good jab by Inoue. Punching before Cardenas can close the guard. Another good jab by Cardenas. Good jab by Cardenas. I talked, let's see, in the hand speed of Cardenas, it's not bad. It really ain't bad. Good gosh, I'm telling you, brother, the jabber Inoue, it is still knocking Cardenas' head back even through the guard. I'm not trying to overblow and hype up Inoue. I'm saying genuinely, you see the hair fly back and the legitimate residual effects of the punches that Inoue throws. Again, Inoue again blocking most of Cardenas' stuff. Good jab, another good jab by Inoue. Good right hand, good one too by Inoue. And already he's got Cardenas backing up. 10 seconds left as the round is over. Yep, and this is, I told you, there's a difference. There is a difference. Most of Cardenas' work is able to come due to having a good jab on display. It opens up the body attack for Cardenas. It opens up the hook. It opens up a lot of things. However, now, not nearly as effective because somebody is able to mitigate it. Somebody is able to go and take away that level of opportunity. And now that he's felt some of the power through the guard, mind you, there's some concern. There's some real concern on the mind of Cardenas. He's getting a sense of, okay, this is what I'm dealing with. This is what I'm dealing with. Let's see, yo, Trey, Golden State one. Golden State one. Golden State, they pulled it out. Hold on. Wait a minute. They survived the game. They didn't blow it. They didn't blow it. 89-103. Wow. Wow. They pulled it off. Golden State pulls it off, and now it's. I'll look at the bracket later. I know that OKC faces off against the Nuggets. I need to see who the Warriors face off against in the next round. But regardless of which, we got the next round of the fight right now. Inoue winning, in my opinion, off of the jab alone, breaking through, ending with a great right hand by Cardenas. We saw that happen to Yi Jun Kim also in the last fight. And he is now Cardenas trying to walk forward. Good jab, good combination. Yep, see, good combinations by the likes of Cardenas. And this is why Inoue said I got to watch for Ramon's jab. Yep. And now he's looking to take it away. You're absolutely right. How's it going to do right now? 2 minutes left in round 2 of this fight. Good jab by Inoue. Good defense. Good head moving by Inoue. And see, like Cardenas, his punches are sharp. They really are. They really are. But the damage behind it. Good 1-2 through the guard by Inoue. Oh, good hook. Good 3-punch combination by Inoue on Cardenas. Another good jab. 1 minute 23 left in round 2. Good jab by Cardenas. Is he bleeding? Jab into a right hand by Cardenas. I think the right hand missed. Is he bleeding a little bit? Good jab by Inoue. Good uppercut to the body by Inoue. 1-2 misses by Cardenas. As he going through, another good jab by Cardenas. Now again, good right hand by Cardenas. Good 1-2 by Cardenas. And then Inoue fires right back with his own offense of his own. Being more aggressive, immediately taking back the reins of momentum and forward pressure. Good 1-2, good hook into a straight. Oh that. I think that caught his attention. That really caught his attention. Big hook by Cardenas. Oh! Inoue got rocked. Inoue got put down. Inoue got put down. Oh! Inoue got put down. Inoue got knocked down by Cardenas. I told y'all, we could see an upset. Oh, shoot. Oh, my gosh. We could see an upset happen. Oh, shoot. That's the second time we've seen Inoue down before. Oh, my gosh. Yet again, Inoue goes down. First it was against Louis Neary. This time it was against Cardenas. I told you, the speed, the deceptive speed of Cardenas, I said that it would be a factor. The power, it wasn't, again, I said it was respectable to good. And if he can time it right, he could potentially catch it like to Inoue. This is a new territory. Well, actually, it's not a new territory. We've seen Louis Neary catch him before. Mind you, remember, we saw Louis Neary knock him down before. This was a flush shot just like that one. And he got up. Look, let's see if he can do. Is he hurt worse than he was against Louis Neary? Again, is he going to take some rounds off to try to recover? Or is he going to come back guns blazing trying to get his own get back? And it was the hook, multiple hooks. Inoue comes in, throws a hook of his own, and then gets put down off of putting his guard down. Oh. Good hook into. That was a picture perfect counter. That was a picture perfect counter by the likes of Cardenas. My gosh. My goodness. Oh, shoot. First Ryan, and now Inoue down again. But let's see what's going on now as we get into round 3. Brother, business has just picked up, in the words of Jim Ross. Inoue again, now fighting, trying to get the momentum back. He now knows that there is an ability to counter, that Cardenas is not to be taken lightly. I told you, he's respectable. As they're going to do a good clash ahead, going back in, 2 minutes, 22 seconds, good hook by Inoue again. Cardenas right now just scored a knockdown. Cardenas is winning this fight right now off of a knockdown on Inoue, off a picture-perfect counter against one of the best boxers in the world. Second time Inoue has been knocked down in his entire career. Good shot by Inoue through the guard. So now it's going to be that Inoue, that sixth gear, it's going to have to kick in a little bit quicker. Remember, the last time we saw Inoue knocked down, he knocked Luis Nery down the next round. Is that going to happen with Inoue as well in this fight? Good big hook by Cardenas. And then see that speed. Cardenas, that speed, brother, it's something serious. Inouye's not going to run from it, but I tell you what, Cardenas has found a way to be able to score off of that pressure. That left hook is a scary proposition. I would assume that we see Inoue starting going to the body a little bit more. Good 3-punch combination, but blocked by Inoue. Good jab by Cardenas. Jab by Inoue. Another jab by Inoue. Interrupts the hook. He's looking for that hook. Cardenas is looking for that hook. That's the punch that he's looking for. He's trying to get that hook to try to counter and catch Inoue again. Good defense by Inoue. Right now, Inouye's winning this round. Still trying to be aggressive now, utilizing that jab. Big swing and a miss by Cardenas. Oh yeah. This is gonna be a good fight. This is gonna be a good fight. This is gonna be a good fight. That was a good left hook by Cardenas. Ooh, good hook. Good 1-2 by Inoue. Good hook by Cardenas. Oh, another big hook by Cardenas. This time Inoue gets out of the way, but still, it's a dangerous sentiment. That hand speed of Cardenas, brother, it's something serious. Big hook. Oh, that's a dangerous slip by Inoue. Got a good hook by Cardenas. I think Cardenas may have stolen this round. We got ourselves a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, shoot. We got ourselves a fight. We really got ourselves a fight. We got ourselves a war right now. Cardenas, Cardenas 10-8, trying to make sure I got my notes right. Oh shoot! Look, hey, I understand. I watched the hand speed of Cardenas. I underestimated what it would be able to do against the likes of Inoue. This brother is sharp. 10-8 Cardenas, KD, Inoue, and then Cardenas again. Going, and what did he do? It was the hooks. Yep, the hooks. Oh, buddy. We're in a dangerous territory. We're in a dangerous land right now. Hey, yo, Ultimate Warrior, I feel you. Let's go. Let's go. You rooting for Cardenas? He might pull out the upset. I'll guarantee you, we got ourselves a fight. Right now, Cardenas is winning 2-1 off that knockdown. Also, is really putting him ahead on the cards. Ooh, buddy. Good gosh, minus 65,000. All of a sudden now brother, if you bet on Cardenas to win, you about to make bank as we're going into round 4. Anyway, how is he going to deal with that left hook speed? Will he go to the body? He's got to be more judicial now. He can't open up with the combinations as he normally does because of the ability of the hooks that Cardenas has to offer. It might be smart for him to pick a playbook out of Stephen Fulton and use the jabs and box Cardenas. Force him to have to, get around. Good hooks by Cardenas again. Good right hand by Inoue. Again, I don't want Inoue to lose. He is my favorite fighter right now in the world. But doggone it, I'm going to give you credit where credit is due. Cardenas is showing us a lot of stuff. Cardenas is showing us some good work right now. Good job by Inoue into a right hand. There's some swelling on the side of Inouye's face right now. He was also bleeding. Yep, good jabs by Inoue. Another good jab by Inoue. Right now, for the next couple rounds, if he wants just to gain back some ground, that jab might be the best course of action. Good right hand by Cardenas. Good 1-2 by Inoue through the guard. Good jab by Inoue. See, now the jabs of Inoue are starting to, see, now it's good. Now the jabs of Inoue are starting to take hold. Good combination by Inoue. Oh, he needs to be careful, though. He needs to be real careful. Good hook to the body, into the head by Inoue. It was blocked, but still. 1-2 by Inoue is blocked. Good hook by Inoue countering Cardenas. Oh, see? Oh, wait a minute. Is that gear starting to shift? Good hook by Cardenas to counter the good right hand by Inoue. Another good right hand by Inoue. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is what we're waiting on. This is what we were waiting on. This is the fight that we were looking for. Good hook by Inoue again. Off the hook. See, now he's starting to open up. Oh, he's got Cardenas on the ropes. He's still dangerous. Good hook by Inoue. Big hook by Cardenas. Oh, they loving this. They both loving this. Oh, yeah. This is what he wants. This is what Inoue's been looking for. Good jab by Inoue. Off the, yep. Good, big shots. Oh, that's a good fight. Oh, we got ourselves a war. This makes up for the weekend and more. Oh my gosh. And now Inoue won this round. And it was because now he's using the jab as his main course of running through. Initially, it was coming in with naked hooks, coming in with big shots and trying to be too aggressive, and the speed of Cardenas was now starting to get him. But now you use that jab and the distance management that you normally are able to garner and force Cardenas to be able to have to try to time when you're going to throw to be as safe as you can be if you're Inoue, and then be able to counter afterwards. And then when you do open up with shots, now you're harder to read. Now you see the evolution, the adaptation. This is the sixth gear that we talk about with Inoue from the standpoint. It's not fully there yet, but it starts to come into play when terms of evolving as a fighter and changing as a warrior. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, this is great. This is good. This is exactly what we want after going into the next round of this fight. As we got a fight, we got ourselves a war. Yes, sir, indeed. We got ourselves a phenomenal event right now. Even again, if you're liking what you're hearing and you're liking what you're watching, leave a like on the stream right now. Right now, again, Inoue is down on the cards in my not humble estimation, in my know-how, in my legitimate knowledge. Inoue was knocked down in round 2. For those of you who are just tuning in, another good jab and right hand by Inoue. Then he comes back with using the jab as the foundation of his new work. Good leaping jab by Inoue to counter the likes of Cardenas. Yep, now Cardenas has got to figure out how to get around that jab. Again, without the head movement. Because he doesn't use a whole lot of head. He's had to use a whole lot of head movement in this fight. He's got to worry about now the consistency of that jab is starting to be able to open up offense. Good jab by Inoue. Another good jab by Inoue. Another good jab by Inoue. Inoue got to be careful. Inoue has to be careful. But still, this is the good game plan. Cardenas is still a dangerous puncher because of that speed of the hooks. One, two misses by Inoue, or jab lands, miss, right hand misses. Good jab to the body. Keep going down to the body. I go down to the body. Cardenas looking for a counter, looking to go and land a counter, looking for one big shot, looking for a big hook. Inoue slips and lands an uppercut. Good block by Inoue. 3-punch combination that's by Cardenas is blocked. Cardenas a little bit dirty boxing trying to go. Ooh, leaping hook by Inoue. That's dangerous. Good jab by Inoue. And see, look. Now Cardenas is starting to go back to what? Good pull counter by Cardenas. I told you, see, now he's starting to go to that Philly shell. He's starting to go to that Philly shell of Cardenas, where he's leaning back. Inouye's winning this round right now, but Cardenas is a game fighter. Good hook to the body. Good slip by Inoue. Good hook by Cardenas. Good hook upstairs and downstairs by Inoue. Good jab by Inoue. Cardenas with multiple jabs. Flailing hook to the body that is blocked with the arms of Inoue. Hook slightly lands by Inoue. Good 1-2 3-punch combination by Inoue. I tell you, talk about a war. Talk about a war. 20 seconds left in round 5. This makes up for the entire good hook by Inoue. Good jab by Cardenas. Inoue gotta be smart. Good 1-2 by Inoue. Good hook to the body by Inoue. By Cardenas. Cardenas trying to land something. This is a good fight. This is a good fight. This is a really good fight. My gosh, this is a good war. This is a great war. This looks like one of Inouye's toughest tests thus far. And see, for sure, he's fighting weird tonight, not going to the body and not throwing his right straight like he normally does. Now, he is throwing the right straight. He is doing that. But going to the body, he's not doing that as much. He's building his offense this time off of the jab. Again, the speed of Cardenas, Inouye's got to adjust to. It blew my expectations out the water how quick those hooks actually were for Cardenas. And again, he thought he could be able to time it if he's Inoue and go head hunting. But now he's adapted. Might not be going downstairs as much, but he is adapting by using the jab, using it, making it so that Cardenas has to figure out a way to get around that. Now, Cardenas is also adapting in his own right, but at this point in time right now, Inoue is gaining back control in a very competitive fight. It ain't nothing. Trust me, it is not a walk in the park right now. It's not a walk in the park right now. Through 5 rounds due to that knockdown, I think you can argue it's tied up at this point in time as we're going in to round 6 of this fight. Good right hand by Cardenas. Right straight by Inoue. Another good jab by Inoue. Inoue really, that speed of Cardenas has Inoue really having to think. It really does. Good hook by Inoue. Cardenas now using that jab a little bit more. Good naked right hand by Cardenas. Now Cardenas is starting to land some shots now. Good hook to the body by Inoue. And good 3-punch combination. As they're going through now, good jab by Inoue. 2 minutes left in round 6. Good straight right by Cardenas. Jab to the body by Inoue. Good slip by Inoue. It's still dangerous. The hooks are good uppercut to the body by Inoue. Good jab by Inoue. Cardenas with jab of his own that misses. Another double jab by Inoue. Jab by Cardenas, I think missed. Another jab by Inoue on the guard. Both in the center of the ring right now. Minute 30 left in round 6. Good straight right by Inoue. That lands on Cardenas. Oh, that rock Cardenas. Oh, that rock Cardenas a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. Cardenas might be hurt. Cardenas might be in trouble. He's still looking to land. Oh, Cardenas might be in a bad state. Cardenas might be in a bad way. Cardenas might be in trouble. Oh, Cardenas might be in trouble. Oh, Cardenas might be in the real world of hurt. He might be in the world of pain. There's still an opportunity for him to get knocked out. And so Inoue, big hook by Cardenas that misses. Inoue is looking to go for the kill. Good right straight by Inoue as he's going through the most success he's had in this round. That's far. Another straight right lands for Inoue. Uppercut and hook to the body by Inoue. Jab by Inoue. Multiple jabs by Inoue. Going and trying to good hook by Cardenas as Inoue still keeps him in the corner. Inoue right now is not good hook by Cardenas. As Cardenas angles back out. Now Inouye's in trouble. Now Inoue is on the ropes now. Cardenas with the legs gets hit with 2 good shots by Inoue. Good punch in the back of the head by Cardenas, but still, Inoue still rolling through. Good straight jab by Inoue as he's looking to push the pace and push the pressure. This is the war. Good shot to the body by Inoue. As they go both toe to toe with Cardenas on the ropes. Good hook to the body and hook to the head by Inoue. Inoue looking for the kill. Inoue looking to keep on his burn. Good take it by hand. Good hook by Inoue. As Cardenas is not on good. He's not on good ground. Good big hook by Inoue. Good right hand by Inoue. Good combination by Inoue. Inouye's got him hurt. Inoue, he's ready to go. Cardenas is ready to go. Cardenas is ready to go. Cardenas is ready to go. Good hook on the Cardenas is hurt. Good big hook by Cardenas. Inouye's got him hurt. Raven's nearly potentially going to stop the fight. Oh, good show. Good show. What a show. What a fight. Inouye's best round of the night. That 6th gear is in full effect. That 6th gear is now showing true. Talk about a war of ways in this fight. I'm telling you, this could be the best thing for Inoue. If he does in fact win this, he can still lose it. Inouye can still lose his fight. Let's not get it twisted. He can still lose his fight. But it was the best round of the entire fight. This was the best round of the entire weekend. Let's be completely honest. And this was indeed the best round for Inouye in this predicament. Landing the right straight on the likes of Cardenas. Going and getting and adapting after the knockdown. Adapting to the hooks of Cardenas. Using that jab to throw off Cardenas' momentum or throw off Cardenas' timing and force him to consistently miss with those big hooks rather than just land, and continuing to pepper and keep the pressure, and while systematically understanding that eventually that right straight is gonna break through. I told you that right straight was gonna be the punch that potentially makes a difference if that knocks him out outright. After going into round 7 right now, Inouye is up. Another big right straight by Inouye. Cardenas is still recovering. Cardenas is still in trouble. He is still not in the best state from that punch that landed on by Inouye. Cardenas is still looking to land a hook to counter. A big hook again by Cardenas. That's his saving grace. That's his calling card right now. Trying to land a big left hook or right hook to counter and catch Inouye with one flush shot to potentially end the show. As Inoue is walking and is stalking, is being a pressure fighter. Cardenas is again another good 1-2-3 punch combination by Inoue. Good block by Inoue from Cardenas' combination. As we're going through right now, this is the fight. This is the war. I'm saying both in the center of the ring right now. Cardenas might be worse for wear. There's a lot of energy being put in this fight, man. I'm telling you. Good job by Inoue as Cardenas. Oh, Cardenas looks a bit shaky. Cardenas again is that brother might be tired. Oh, good hook. Good straight right again by Cardenas. Cardenas is smiling. Oh, good hook by Cardenas on Inoue. Oh, good uppercut by Cardenas. Good hook by Inoue with the uppercut by Cardenas. Straight right block. Hook slip by Inoue. Good 1-2. Oh, good 1-2 by Inoue on Cardenas. Yeah, this is, I'm telling you, the monster. Oh, good uppercut. Good hook to the body. Oh, Cardenas hurt to the body. Cardenas hurt bad. Cardenas trying to use the ropes to have more leverage. Oh, good straight right by Cardenas that lands on Inoue. But again, Inoue keeps coming. Inoue keeps coming forward. Inoue keeps pushing the pace. Cardenas landing some sneaky, clean shots. He is. Cardenas landing some sneaky shots in this fight. Good hook by Inoue. Good hook to the body by Cardenas. Good hook to the head by Cardenas. Now Cardenas is pushing forward. Now Inouye's on the ropes. Now Cardenas got an opportunity to win. Now Cardenas has got Inoue in trouble potentially. Good hook to the body. Good digging to the body by Cardenas. Good uppercut by Cardenas. Good hook by Inoue. Cardenas gets out of the way. Uppercut and hook by good hook to the body by Inoue. Now they're both on the ropes. Now they're going back out the center of the ring. Both are not giving ground. Both are standing in place and banging. Inouye said he wanted this type of war. Inouye said he good right hand by Inoue on Cardenas that rocks him. And again, Cardenas that's a tough brother. That's a tough brother. But the punishment is so, he's ready to go. And he's knocked down. Cardenas is knocked down. Cardenas got knocked down by Inoue. The right hand that I told you was going to take his toe. Took his toe. Cardenas is in trouble. Cardenas is hurt. Cardenas is still got hurt. Inouye's going for the kill. The monster covers. The monster is marching. Cardenas can still potentially land a hook of his own to turn the tide around. But Cardenas is fighting out of desperation, punching with everything he's got in him, trying to keep Inoue off him. But the pressure's mounting as the round is over. My gosh, what a fight. What a fight and what a night. This is the war that we were expecting to see. This is the war that has superseded all of our expectations right now when coming to watching this fight. Talk about a showcase of dominance and a showcase of skill on both ends of the spectrum. Credit to Cardenas right now. Credit to Inoue right now. Brother, we are getting ourselves a master class. This is one of the best fights in Inouye's career. Let's be real. Let's keep it a buck. This is one of Inouye's best fights in his career, no question, outright, without any regard for anything. This is one of Inouye's best fights thus far. He's had to show everything right now, and we still got 4 rounds to go. Right now, he's winning this fight, recovering from the knockdown that he scored with a knockdown of his own later in the fight, and now with a KD of his own. As I'm making sure I keep my notes up, as we're going into round 8, we are watching an instant classic. We are watching one of the best fights of the year take place right before our eyes. Cardenas is still hurt. Let's not keep frank about it. Even still, the hooks that he's throwing are so dangerous on the side of Inoue, because even when he's damaged, but he's still got that sharp venom about him that is still looking to end the show in one fell swoop. And it's a dangerous road that Inoue is in still. Good right hand by Cardenas, as Cardenas now is trying to fight with some more life in him. Good 1-2 by Inoue. Another good jab. Again, what he's been using to go and good right hand by Inoue. As they're both neck and neck with a good straight right hand. Good uppercut to the body and uppercut to the head. Cardenas is hurt. Cardenas is hurt again. Cardenas is in trouble. Cardenas is wobble. Cardenas is rock. And the fight's over. The fight's over. The fight's over. Anybody gets it done. Anybody gets it done. And one of the best fights of the year. The monster is here in the state. What did I tell you? This man is a dog. This man is a monster. This was a coming out party of one of the most successful, dominant, stringent, the ruthless boxers that we've seen today. Clap it up for Cardenas. Clap it up for Inoue. But we just witnessed the birth of one of in the grand scope of boxing on American soil, the birth of a star that is finally zenith to the level that he should have been at all along. If anybody, and let me take my headphones off, doggone it, let me take my headphones off. If anybody, and I mean anybody, got anything to say about what this brother just did and the performance that he put up in the States on enemy territory, in the land where it mattered the most, I don't want to hear a doggone thing. I want you to shut up. This man just showed every trick in the book. He got knocked down. He got hurt. He got tested. He was in a position where he could have been beat. He was with an opponent that potentially looked like he had his number and had the ability to counter. He did not back up. He did not let himself rest. He still fought in the pocket. He was still defensively responsible. He used his jab to go and adapt his offensive style. He was great defensively, and he still, when the other fighter was still able to be a level above even the good defense that we see Inoue have, he still showed heart. He showed chin. He ate the shots that Cardenas was landing on him. He was able to walk forward, even the sneaky ones that he couldn't prep for. The power was still too much. The combination or the culmination of all the damage, of all the punishment, of all the offense, it came true and it came apparent, and this brother showed his own. Japan is here. The Godzilla just came to the States and wreaked havoc. Just wreaked havoc on everybody in Las Vegas, Nevada. We just witnessed the birth of a star in the American eyes. That can't nobody take away. That can't nobody try to quell. That can't nobody speak ill of. I don't want to hear that this brother's a bum, that he's a fraud, that he ain't worth the hype, that he ain't nothing good, that he is just that he is a product of his environment, that he is a product of judging, that he is a product of bias scoring. This is a monster. This is a myth. This is the undisputed super bantamweight champion in the world, and there ain't nobody except for maybe Usyk that's better than this man. Ain't a soul better than this man. Not one. Except for, again, maybe Usyk. And even then, from a talent perspective, ain't a soul better. From a talent perspective, ain't a soul better. This man is the truth. This man is, I told you. He's not a monster. He's a myth. I told you he's not a monster. He's a myth. He is a figment of your imagination. He is what you hear about in the shadows. He is Jason Voorhees. He is Freddy Krueger. He is Godzilla. He is King Kong. He is, Paul Bunyan, since he's in the States, doggone it. He is the boogeyman. This man is a Wendigo. He is one of the scariest, ruthless Terminators that boxing has to offer. You can't put him down. You can't pin him down. You can't beat him the same way. You cannot go and have just the same game plan work. He is able to adapt to you on a level that you can't get to. I told you that 6 years is going to come into play. I told you that dominating nature of him being able to step up his game, go to a different place, go to a stratosphere that your opponent can't reach, go to another level that your opponent cannot get touched. From the standpoint of when they are at their best is only second best when Inoue truly stepped up his game. This is a man who is able to conquer the world. This is a man in Inoue who is truly the monster that everybody claims him to be. He is a myth because he's unbelievable. He is a myth because this type of fighter shouldn't exist. He is a myth because he craves violence. He's a myth because he craves a war. He wants a challenge. He asked for this years ago. He asked for this type of fight years ago. And he got it. This couldn't have happened at a better time. My goodness. My gosh. Brother, we lived to see. We just witnessed one of the key performances in Inouye's entire career. We witnessed one of the greatest, at this point in time, we witnessed the best fight of Inouye's entire career. We witnessed the key fight of Inouye's whole career. All the accomplishments, he's got them all. 2-time undisputed, conquered multiple weight classes, 40-division champion. Going from 108 to 110 to 116 to 120 to 122. Now going into 110, 112, 116, 120. Going in 122 now. I think somewhere along those lines. With all of the dominance that we've seen his brother have for the whole of his career, this is the fight that shows Inoue more than any other fight. This is the fight that gave you the root of what Inoue was. The only one that's rivaling this is Inoue versus Nonito Donaire. The first one. That's it. But if you want to see the culmination of what Nonito Donaire versus Inoue was when that fight was going about, this is the continuation of that fight. Because unlike with Nonito Donaire the first time, when he adapted and evolved, he couldn't end the show. This time, when he got hurt, when he got rocked, when there was an opponent that potentially had his number, when there was somebody that was able to adapt to his speed, adapt to his style, have a game plan built to actually be able to win. Now, when Inoue evolved, unlike with Nonito Donaire the first time that they fought, he ended the show. He ended the night. He ended the event. This right here should be on everybody's mind. This should be everybody's favorite fighter. Do you understand now why I am the way I am when it comes to Inoue? Do you understand now why I am the way I am when it comes to Inoue? Yo, Daryl, you're absolutely right. Where the haters now? Where are the haters now? I dare somebody to say something now. I dare somebody to say something now. I dare somebody to say something now after this type of performance. Where are the people that were detractors that this man couldn't do it here in the States? Where are the people that said that this man was not worth the time of day when it comes to hype and legitimate praise that his brother was due? Do you now see why I am the way I am when it comes to Inoue? Do you now understand the greatness, the legacy, the talent, the entertainment value, the skill level? Do you understand it now when we're looking at Inoue as our fighter? This man has everything you want. It's preposterous. It's ridiculous. It's insane. And for sure, you right. But this saved the car. This said, look, T.O.'s here. I think Boost Carriage is there. Many fighters are here. And then he said, yeah, this is the most exciting fight tonight. Everybody that has been fighting over the weekend came to see this brother. Now they understand why Inoue is the way that he is. Now they understand exactly what makes Inoue such a menace. He is excitement. He is perfection. Even when he's not perfect, brother, he will still adapt and overcome. He's got the heart of a lion. He's got the power of a king. He's got the will of a proverbial god. And he's got the tenacity of everybody's favorite fighter, whoever they may be. I don't know what you can say outside of this man. There is no question. This was the fight that America needed to see. This was the fight that America needed to witness. This was the fight to make everybody look at Inoue and say, we were wrong. You ignored him when he beat the likes of Stephen Fulton, when he beat your best fighter in his homeland at his own game. You ignored it when he had a war with Tapalas. You ignored it when he had a war with Nonisa Donaire. You ignored it when he had a war with Louis Neary. You ignored all that. If you choose to ignore this, I don't know what you can say. We can have our conversations about how much he can beat the likes of Nick Ball. We can have our conversation about what he would be able to do at 126. What you can't do is say that this brother, with all he's done and with this performance, that he wouldn't be able to compete and give anybody a run for their money. Like, I'm telling you, this man, he was tested. He was tried to kingdom come. He had everybody scared, me included, because of that knockdown. And I thought he wouldn't get knocked down again from the same situation after Louis Neary, because again, he adapted to Louis Neary after that first time and never made that happen again. But regardless, brother, again, what makes Inoue great isn't just that, oh yeah, he can be perfect. It's that when he's not perfect, when he messes up, when he doesn't have the clean fight that we expect him to have from dominating everybody, we then see him switch into a gear of the man that he wants to be, the fighter that he loves to be, the opponent or the aggressor that he chooses to want to embody. He wants to be tested. He wants to be hurt. He wants to be rocked. He said to himself, I'm not putting hearsay on it. He wants to be hurt. He wants to be tested. He wants to be put in danger. He said that on multiple occasions. He looks and craves for these types of fights to give him something, not just to get up for, but to actively have something to aspire to elevate himself for. It's so good. And again, Cardenas, brother, you just made a fan out of everybody at 122. You made a fan out of everybody at 122. See, this is why we like these types of fights, because now they make a new star that we now want to keep up with. Like, brother, Cardenas just made himself Cardenas just put himself in star caliber. Both of these people brought the landscape of bantamweight up for the world to have to recognize. Both Cardenas was again. We've been saying all weekend, it takes two to tango. We've been saying all weekend, it takes two to make a fight. We've been saying all weekend, it takes two to make an event memorable and to make yourself the best, or make a performance really be spectacular. This just rose Cardenas stock to no end. This is the brother I'm going to keep up with. This is the brother America's going to keep up with this brother in Cardenas. There is no shame in losing this fight. There is no shame in losing to Inoue. You performed at a level that now we put you against the best at the division. Brother, it's a nightmare. Because you just showed what you can do against the baddest man in the land. And you pushed him to a level that not even Louis Neary was ever pushing to. This is the closest we've seen Inoue push to Nonito Donaire in that type of fight. There's nothing I can say. And again, Daryl, it's more than respect. Brother, this is more than respect. This is more than respect. This is outright. You've arrived. For a lot of people, for the world, if you're Cardenas, brother, you arrived. You arrived. Oh, we want to see you again. I'm up for a rematch of this next shoot. If we don't get Nakatani versus Inoue, or at this point in time, shoot, if something happens with the Ahmed Ali fight, hey, make this happen. Put this fight on again. Give this brother another shot. He deserves it. Oh my gosh. The hooks of Cardenas are so quick. The hand speed as a whole is so fast. Giving Inoue trouble. The relentless pressure, the ability to, again, turn the fight around. And even when he's pressured and even when he's hurt, still have such a dangerous punch that he can rely on at his disposal from both hands. The power, I underestimated it. The speed, I underestimated it. The defense, he changed it. I thought it was going to be the Philly shell that he normally does, but went into a high guard. Then when he got comfortable, when he got in his groove, when he got into a rhythm, then he started going into that Philly shell. Then he started going into leaning back, using that, trying to turn his head. And again, what I said happened when Inoue uses that jab. Again, I'm not trying to be, some savant, but I did say when he goes into that Philly shell, if Inoue uses that jab to then lead with that right hand, it's going to be danger. And lo and behold, before he got to the Philly shell, Inoue started using that jab. And Inoue kept on building with that jab to gain more offensive repertoires and openings, altering the timing, altering the distance that Cardenas was able to land those hooks. Cardenas was able to land those straight rights, but the hooks is what was working. Now, once Inoue started adapting, then not just with Cardenas getting comfortable, but also due to Inoue now starting to, okay, that jab is consistently working. I got to change as well on Cardenas' side. Philly shell, and then now continue to double up on that jab, and then you saw the right straights of Inoue now start to take real effect. Then you saw the aggression of Inoue with those straight punches now start to become apparent. And then the right straight, just like with Louis Neary, just like with what's his name? Like with Neary, like with Stephen Fulton, like with Tabalas, it came true to be the difference maker in the fight. Look at that. Most consecutive title wins by KO. Tied Terrence Crawford. Tied Wilfredo Gomez. Oh my, or only ahead by Gomez and Doris. Excuse me for saying his name incorrectly. But like I'm telling you, we're witnessing an all-time great. We're witnessing a GOAT. We're witnessing a GOAT. And he lost the fight, but it's still a W for him. Yeah. He lost the fight, but it's still a W for him. And I mean, look, it's still a W for Cardenas. And that knockdown was so clean. That knockdown off of evading the hook into a left hook of his own. Again, similar to Rolly Romero, but even more destructive, even more flush. And Inoue still did not back down. Cardenas didn't back down. I mean, it's like, shoot, man. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you. And you saw why he is so hard to beat in Inoue, because the levels that he went to, the changes as you continue to systematically watch him evolve in the fight, changing to the jab to consistently land, continuing to apply pressure and make now Cardenas miss by changing when he would commit to getting in on the inside, to force Cardenas to continue to throw and gas himself out to some degree. The damage that Inouye's jab was starting to incur also helped propel the ultimate, fatigue that we saw Cardenas have. Because it wasn't just Cardenas was starting to miss hooks. The damage that Inoue was landing from that jab was indeed becoming more and more severe. When we speak to the power of Inoue, every punch got weight. Every punch got a heavy-handed nature to it. It can be a one-hitter quitter, and it can be a concussive symphony of damage that ultimately ends with a bang, like it's been doing with nearly every song he's played inside the ring. And every time that Inoue fights, it's a symphony. It's an orchestra. Like I said, it's a tapestry of violence. It's a symphony of elegance. Boxing is a beautiful dance of violence. We've called that multiple times on this channel. But doggone it, like Inoue is a different tune. It's a different song. It's a different. It's its own genre of music, and it's so good. The fact that Inoue was licking his lips in excitement of getting knocked down is terrifying to me. This is what I have been trying to explain to people. This is what Inoue has always been about. He's taken on the best of the best every single time out. He has gone through divisions fighting 1 through 5, working his way from the top down, not from the bottom up, the top down, and winning. Because he wants to have somebody push him to a level that he hasn't reached yet. He wants to be in a situation where I got to change or else I lose. He has continually said that. He has continually operated like that. He has continually faced off against opponents that can bring that. And this is another one. This was not a cherry pick, like people keep saying Inoue does. This was not him ducking Akmadali, ducking, what's his name, Conceição or Conceição, whatever the brother who people in the comments and all across social media keep saying that Inoue don't want no part of. This man has continued to go and face off against every conceivable threat in the division without fail, without ducking, without ever pushing his foot off the gas, even if it's a mandatory, and making sure he's never in a situation where we call him what we call Tank, what we've called Canelo, what we've called Tyson Fury, which are ducks and people that want to avoid competition. Cardenas walking to the back is not a walk of shame. And it's because this man is the truth. And this brother showing out like he did, not just elevated Inouye's stock, but elevated Cardenas as well. Because now this is another litany. And I don't say this in disrespectful nature in the slightest. This is another notch. This is another diamond notch in the belt of Inoue. I said this for Stephen Fulton, I'm saying it now. And I don't say that in a disrespectful manner. This is because this is a quality opponent that Inoue again was able to beat and knock out in another spectacular fashion, showing layers to his game because he was forced to because of the opponent that came about his way. This is a walk of pride that we see Roman Cardenas have. Not a walk of shame in any way, shape, or form. And this is another notch in the belt of an ever-growing, dominant, all-time great legacy that we're seeing from Inoue. And it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I'm telling you, adversity brings out the best in him. He's built different. He's built different. He is built different because he is not like everybody else. The mentality matches the talent. We've seen people that, again, we've seen the Mexican spirit, Mexican warriors, Barrios, Ramos, Canelo, Ricardo, in the past, Ricardo Lopez, but in the present, Oscar Valdez. Again, not comparing them to talent-wise, but from the standpoint of that Mexican spirit, that all out, leave it all in the ring mentality, they bring it every night. Absolutely. But not every time does the skill set match that type of intensity, to the point that they're able to come out on the other side and be successful. Not because it's disrespect. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to them. But it doesn't always end with them being able to get the win. Those are hardest always on display. With Inoue, that same tenacity, that same drive, that same Mexican spirit that we always vaunt with never say die, always pushing forward, never unrelenting. Though he is not of Hispanic or Mexican descent, he embodies that to the like any of the best we have today. And you can't argue that. But it's the skill that makes it come to pass to be so terrifying, horrifying, yet elegant and beautiful. You can't look away, yet you are horrified that somebody can even do this. We are witnessing a Frankenstein of a boxer. That's the best way I can say it. When we talk about a myth, we're witnessing a Frankenstein's boxer. Somebody that has a little bit of every single great fighting tactic, tendency, and attribute that you can pinpoint and pull from across different eras and generations. And with the heart of a lion, the heart of a Mexican warrior, the chin of some of the best in the sport today, constantly getting up from adversity, never say die attitude. Left hook is sharp and elite. Speed as a whole is incredible. Power, all world. IQ, ever adapting like some of the greatest of all time. Footwork, phenomenal. Can brawl with anybody. Can box with everybody. There's no one thing that you can do to keep this man down. There's no one thing you can do to beat him. Again, he's vulnerable. He got caught. He got hurt. He got knocked down. Second time. And like I said before, he's not perfect. Not in the slightest. But buddy, he's as close to perfect as you can get. He's as close to perfect as you can get. And it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Let's see. That is not their first fight. Wait a minute. How many times is this not their first? Hold on now. And in terms of, we're talking about Cardenas versus Inoue. I think I believe this is their first time fighting against each other, unless they fought in sparring or potentially in the amateur. Let me look and see. If this is their second time, then shoot. No wonder it was so good. But let me check. Yeah, I don't believe they fought before. I do not. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh shoot. I just realized something. Everybody, please don't leave. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. And again, Inouye is near perfect. I completely agree. Please don't leave. Because oh shoot. I just realized something. Inouye just knocked out Cardenas. And Cardenas, I'm sorry. I'm trying to compose myself. Excuse me. I need you to listen really closely. Because I think if they said it on the broadcast, I didn't pick up on it. But I need you to listen incredibly closely right now. Because I think I just had a realization about something that I didn't understand until just now. Please do not leave. Inouye just knocked out Ramon Cardenas in spectacular fashion, in an absolute war. I think we don't understand. This man was fighting at 128, close to 130, when he came in to his career. He fought at 131 against Victor Rosas. He fought at 130 when he lost to Danny Flores. He fought at 121. After his loss to Danny Flores, he fought at 125, 124, 123, 124, and then now 122. He has moved up and down the spectrum. But his brother has fought at this is the man who's fought at 130. and has had the ability to fight at multiple different weight classes, who has carried the power of somebody at 130. Since he's moved down to 122, this brother has gotten split decision, and then went down to 117 and got a knockout. 118 unanimous decision. 110-27 made Guerrero retire. Made Rafael Pedraza retire at 121 pounds. Made Picasso retire at 122. Made Rubio retire and get knocked out at 122. Unanimous decision against Acosta. But this brother's carrying 130 power to 122. And since he's been more consistently fighting at 122, he's gotten 4 or 5 KOs since he stayed at the weight class. But this is a cat who's been knocking out people at 130. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. So this was a sneak peek of what we can see with Inoue fighting at 126. Because Cardenas has fought at 126 and has fought at 130 and fought at 122. Fluctuated throughout his entire career. This was more than just a big puncher. No wonder this brother was able to knock Inoue down. And the power was more than I expected. I didn't realize this cat was fighting had been fighting at bigger weight classes before moving down to Inoue. Oh my gosh. That's even more scary. That's even more horrifying. This man was begging for more punches from a brother who has carried power at 127. And since he's moved down and stayed at 122, he's had knockouts in four of the last 5 fights since staying at this division. Fighting bigger people on average more than not in the entirety of his career. Like I said before, he fought at 130 against Guerrero. He fought at 131 against the likes of, what was his name? He fought at 131 against, let me find it, Victor Rosas. From 2017 to about 19, but it was fighting from 130 to 126. And it was fluctuating from 120 to 117 and then moving back up to 130. And so this cat, like, oh shoot. No wonder he was so dangerous. And people were saying this brother was a cherry pick. I didn't even realize that. It didn't even click. That didn't even click in my mind. And that this cat was fighting somebody that's fought at 130 multiple times. Has fought at 126 nearly as much as he's fought at 122. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Nah, this man, I call it glaze. I don't care. This is why I'm saying it's going to be one of the greatest boxers of all time. I don't care. Call it glaze. I could care less. This man already is, in my opinion, one of the greatest boxers we've ever seen. Period. Point blank period. He's better than Tank by leaps and bounds. Shoot, from a talent perspective, he's better than Usyk. I'd argue he's better than Crawford. From a talent perspective. Pound for pound, also, he's greater. But from a talent perspective, he's better. If Crawford beats Canelo, we have ourselves a whole new conversation. Absolutely. But at this point in time, no. In a way, fights bums. Whoever says that right now, I don't know what to tell you. And again, for sure brought this up. If I can pull up on the thing. If I can pull it up on the thing. This fight has been the best fight out of this entire weekend. Espinosa versus Vasquez was great. Absolutely. Those 2 fights saved the weekend. That fight alone made this whole weekend worth it. That fight alone made this entire weekend worth it. The fight, Inouye's fight alone with Cardenas, made the whole weekend worth it. And Inoue fighting bums, I don't want to hear that as a narrative. Anybody trying to push that just doesn't know the sport. I'm trying to teach the sport and help you all grow. and you all are teaching me. But we're witnessing one of the greatest of all time. Inouye is going to go down for my money. And I know this may be sacrilege to a lot of people. I don't care. I don't care. Because I know what I'm seeing. I know what I'm watching. And I know what I'm witnessing. Inouye is going to go down as one of... He's going to go down as one of the 10 best boxers we've ever seen. It's not glazed at all. It's all facts. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I give everybody, because this is what you all deserve. I give everybody the best and most unbiased opinion that I can on where they track and with their careers and what they're turning into. And I want everybody to reach a zenith so I can see how great they are. We are witnessing one of the 10 best boxers in history right before our eyes. I'm so serious. I'm talking about Leonard. I'm talking about Roberto Duran. I'm talking about Hagler. I'm talking about Manny Pacquiao. I'm talking about Floyd. I'm talking about all of them. Joe Louis, Ali, Tyson, Holyfield. I mean everybody. Ricardo Lopez, Salvador Sanchez, Julio Cesar Chavez. I'm talking about them all. Henry Greb, Ezzard Charles. I'm talking about them all. Jack Dempsey, Jack Johnson. I am talking about them all. We're witnessing one of the greatest of all time. Top 10. And I don't say that lightly. I've never said that lightly. I don't say that about but two people. I've said that if we see Crawford beat Canelo, he reaches that ranks. But Inoue, in less time, has done the necessary type of work to get that level of adoration, to get that type of respect, to get that threshold. This brother breaks my brain. Every time I watch him, I keep seeing something that I didn't know he had in him. I keep seeing something that this man continues to add to his arsenal. Every time I see this man fight, by the end of the fight, no matter how close it was at one point in time, it is continually clear cut. This man outclassed you. Not a lucky punch. Not a one-hitter quitter that, oh, you just timed him right. He outclassed you. Even if you were better than him during the fight, which Cardenas was. He was. By the end of the fight, nobody was saying anything except for, nah, this brother Inoue is something different. He outclassed Cardenas. He beat up Cardenas. He outboxed Cardenas and beat Cardenas clean with there's nothing we can say. There's nothing we can say. Because by the end of the fight, he had taken away every single tool. He took away the hook. He took away the straight right hand. He took away the forward pressure. He even took away the body attack by doing enough damage to make Cardenas have to be too fatigued. He took away Cardenas' chin by making it so that he was undeniable, by making it so that Cardenas could not take the pressure. He stripped away. He did everything that I keep saying Inoue does. He takes away everything of you until all that remains is him. He strips away every single of your best aspects until you're just left with just nothing but the punishment that Inoue brings to the table. I keep on saying that, and he keeps on showing it. He's a marvel. He's a marvel. He's just a marvel. They need to do the next big six like they did Andre Ward. And I found out last night about Andre Ward and who he was last night and why people don't talk about that. No. Like Andre Ward, undefeated, was at one point in time top 5 to top 3 pound for pound. Yes, there's arguments that he lost to Kovalev the first time around. Some people say that he might have lost the second time around, but against a whole other conversation. Regardless of which, a savant of a boxer, a great warrior, Somebody who was technical, didn't have a whole lot of power, yet still could catch you, could beat you with his mind and with his feet. Wasn't running, was genuinely could stand in front of you, similar to Shakur, and do good work. Shakur learned from the likes of Andre Ward in terms of boxing and his ability. I'm so serious. And it's a phenomenal boxer, and nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about how great he was. Now, from the standpoint of his greatness as a whole, we have a different conversation. But as a talent, sublime, absolutely sublime. But people don't discuss him. And it's like, they got a Grand Prix in Saudi Arabia. We're talking about the big Super Six that they had that made Andre Ward champion. Kind of similar to what they did with Inoue when he had his fight with Noya Donaire and winning I believe it was the Muhammad Ali trophy. But it's like, let's see, Jermaine Kessler and them, the injuries they suffered from that. Yeah, no, it's like people don't discuss it, and this is why we try to bring up. This is why it's so important that I do my best to introduce boxers in terms of comparisons, greatness, talking about the accolades, because you learn that, as we've been saying, boxing is a completely interconnected wove. It's one big timeline of accomplishments, greatness, highs and lows, all telling the story of the evolution of the sport. Within those stories are lost moments that if you don't tell it right or you forget aspects of it, you then lose a portion of that history. And Andre Ward, that Super 6 series, all of that is a part of that history. That entire tournament is a part of history. And it gets quelled. It gets squashed. And it was a great thing. And it's like, that's why I'm trying. Not perfect in the slightest, but there's plenty of people that know more than me from the standpoint of history. Way more than me. From the standpoint of history and keeping up with the sport. No question about it. Absolutely. I will never say that I am the best. I will never. I'm just doing the best I can. I'm as humble as I can be. Because I know people that came before me, but they got everything. They know everything. They can paint the picture better than I can. Absolutely. I'm just doing my best with my little pocket to help you, if you didn't know, unravel some parts of history that are unknown. Like with Andre Ward. Like with the early years of Kovalev. Which bleed into a whole nother regime of the greats of that division that got lost in the shuffle of history with boxing. And so it's like, that's why it's so important to keep these names in mind. That's why I try to draw comparisons of greats from the past and the present. You see some Andre Ward in a way. Because again, he's a Frankenstein. You see a little bit of Timothy Bradley, ironically enough, from the relentless, or more aptly Sean Porter, from the relentless pressure that you see from Inoue. You see the slickness of head movement. As you could compare it to somewhat with Jerron Boots Ennis that we've seen who utilizes that oh so much, turning his head with his punches. You see the chin of an old Joe Joyce. Again, mind you, he broke his orbital bone and still was able to come back. You see the heart of a shoot of multiple people. You see the almost savage nature of him wanting to be pushed, like what we see with Terrence Crawford, like what we saw with Sugar Ray Leonard, like what Marvin Hagler loved from the standpoint of war. You see that in him. And again, I'm not trying to harp on Inoue, but I'm trying to use Inoue as a example of why it's important to know or be exposed to other boxers of the past and of the present, so you can understand exactly why you're witnessing what you're witnessing, and have something to reach back from to help comprehend exactly what you're seeing in front of you now in the present. And so, like, you'll see a lot of people take from Andre Ward and his ability to be a savant of a counterpuncher, to be able to use a surgical technician when it came to precision and distance control. What you see in Shakur now is what Andre Ward used to be, but from the standpoint of action, was a lot better. And the blueprint of Shakur is built in the DNA of Andre Ward. And he got knocked down. He was hurt. He's been rocked. He's been damaged. He's been pushed to the brink, and he kept on fighting through. There's so many, and again, it's just one of many. It's just one of many, and it's like it's an incredible. It really is just incredible that when we look at Inoue and other boxers, how much we see a call back to yesteryear. But we don't get that. We don't get it to shine as much because, again, for many years, the matchmaking didn't force people to have to fight and pull the true greatness out of them, like we know they can have. With Inoue, or excuse me, with Tank, we could see Tank have this similar level of, oh shoot, he showed me something new. We see this from this, that, and the third. He's pulling from somebody. He's pulling from a James Toney, potentially. Just throwing out the name. But you'll see the calls of yesteryear from Tank if he got forced to be able to have to use those tactics against people that would actually push him. And many times than not, outside of recently, those boxers that could have been able to test you, we didn't get to get in the ring. To have greats really be able to be great and show why they're great. More than just the expected end of, yeah, he's going to knock him out. This brother's a tomato can. He's not on his level. Now, this is why we want Tank to have these types of big fights. This is why we're so excited for the likes of not Fulton. Shoot, what's his name? Shoot. I'm blanking. Golly, I'm blanking. Roach, excuse me. This is why we're excited for Tank versus Roach, because Roach forced him to have to pull something. This is why we're excited for Tank for Shakur. Tank versus Loma. Loma versus Shakur. We want these people to be pushed. So we can have some shadows of yesteryear show up in the ring today. Because they'll fortunately have to pull from things that we saw the other greats do. And so Ward was good, but he was dirty. Oh yeah, he was. he was. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Oh yes, he was. He was. Like I said, the man knew all tricks of the trade. Again, didn't have a whole lot of power. He was a great boxer of the highest regard technically. But he also knew the rules. He also knew how to manipulate the referee. He also knew ring generalship to understand where the ref was, to pull off some stuff that was underhanded. But because he knew where the ref was at all times, he could get away with it. Oh, he was incredibly smart. And he was at some... Again, I'm not calling him Andrew Galata, but the brother, like, similar to Ric Flair, as what you would call him, the dirtiest player in the game, Andre Ward, some way had a similar moniker to some degree. And so he's an all-time great. Yeah, at below the belt and headbutt. I'm telling you, it was, yeah. I just saw the highlights and yeah. I'm saying, you saw the highlights of Ward, or you saw the highlights of Inoue. If we were talking about the highlights of Ward, then yeah, you'll see the sweetness of his skill. Absolutely, but like, you saw the highlights. Yeah, you saw the highlights of Inouye. Oh yeah. Go rewatch the fight. Go. If Top Rank's smart, they'll put this fight on YouTube tomorrow. They'll put this fight on YouTube tomorrow. Like what Turkey does with every single one of his cards, he puts the fight on YouTube the next day. So you can see it. This is the exact same thing that needs to happen now. You finna what? Go watch it. Go watch it. I promise you, if you couldn't see it live, go watch it. It's one of the best fights of Inouye's career. I promise, I'm so serious. I am so serious. It's one of the best fights of their career. And it's you will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. Look, don't get up. I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're watching this fight for the first time, don't get up. Don't get up in the slightest. Do not get up in the slightest. Get some food. Get some food and use the bathroom because you won't even want to pause it. You won't even want to pause it. It's that good. I'm so serious. It's that good. You will everything that I was just hyping up, you about to see it. You about to see it. And my gosh, it's going to be a testament to just how great of Inoue and how great Inoue is and how great Cardenas is. Oh, you're going to walk away feeling different. You're going to walk away feeling different. I promise you. I promise you that. And take your time. Have your rest. Watch it after you get off of work. If you got work tomorrow, or watch it right now. I'll leave the stream right now so you can watch it, so you can see it. But I promise you, it's insane. Inouye's insane. And I'll leave you with this because I'm getting ready to go. The myth is here. The myth is reality. America just got exposed to what was only rumblings of greatness. Again, a myth because it sounds too good to be true. When we see it in front of us, we'll say, oh yeah, it's the real deal. That's one of the reasons why I called him a myth. Not just because his talent's unbelievable, but because here in the States, people didn't believe it because it wasn't valid. Now, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Be ready. Because America's you about to see believers come out the woodwork and be like, brother, I was a fool. I neglected greatness. You about to watch. Go on Twitter right now. Look up, wait till tomorrow morning. In fact, forget tomorrow morning. Go look it up on Twitter right now. You're about to see exactly what I'm talking about. I ain't even looked on Twitter yet. You're about to see him, believers come out the woodwork. You're about to see a revival of fan bases for Inoue. Oh, he's about to become one of the biggest names in all of America. The precipice of stardom is now here. For the zenith of faces of the sport, for Inoue, it's here. It's here. I promise you it's here. It's finally here. And I'm so excited for it. The combinations of Inoue absolutely are insane and precise. And it's not even funny. You would think Ramon mad, Inoue mad. And it's like, it's like I said, it's near perfection. Welch, Inoue, or Tank, Inoue, all day. Greatness, talent, speed, skill, technique, Inoue. If you mean to tell me that he's losing 5 rounds to download what Inoue does, and we just saw Inoue adapt, and he can have 2 or 3 different game plans, you thought that what we saw with Lamont Roach was going to be concerning. Yes, Tank can have the ability to knock him out. Yes, because, again, we've seen him knocked down. But, no. Tank, and I'll stand to this day. And again, Tank, Inoue has said he wants to fight at 126 and stop. 130, he says he's not going to get up there. So from his mouth, not mine. That's his limit that he says he can take. So I'm not gonna mince word. I'm not gonna limit it. That's what he says. I wish he went up to 130, potentially, eventually, if he feels he can take it. But if that's where the buck stops, that's where the buck's gonna stop. There's still some great fights, but as I've stated before, pound for pound, if this man was weighted and morphed into any weight class in the world, he's beating everybody. If this man was morphed into every single weight class, he's beating him. He's beating Tank. He's beating Crawford. He's beaten Usyk. He's beaten Tyson Fury. He's beaten Bam Rodriguez. He's beaten Nakatani. He has beaten Navarrete. He's beaten Canelo. He's beaten, if he's weighted to everybody and scaled to their class, or he's brought up the scale for any weight class in the world, he is beating everybody. I'm so sure of that. This man continues to blow my mind and show stuff that every other boxer does not have. He keeps on doing it. He keeps on doing it. And it's a marvel. It's just a marvel. Face of boxing, at this point in time, brother, if this fight takes hold of the public, like I think it's going to hold, he's going to be one of the three. He's going to be one of the three. At best, at worst, one of the five. Because there's three right now. It's Crawford, it's Tank, and then from the standpoint of overarching, bring people out, it's Crawford, Tank, excuse me, I'm sorry, Canelo. It's Canelo, it's Tank, and then you can have a hodgepodge of Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Ryan Garcia, Terrence Crawford, in terms of bringing recognizable faces to the public to want to see them. Inoue now is within that. He wasn't in there before. He's in there now. In Japan, he was there. He didn't need to leave. Now he left. And his market just went through the roof. And if we see not just Top Rank, but we see Turkey push this man like I know we can push him, and get this man onto a scale of marketing that he deserves, he's gonna be one of the best in the world. He's gonna be one of the best in the world. Yo, Okawa, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you tuning in. I'll be honest, I did. Well, I will say, we don't bring none of that voodoo in here. But honestly, Inoue on his own merit don't even need nothing. Because the brother by himself can conquer the world. As we just saw right now. Mind you, he just beat, if you weren't here earlier, he just beat a brother who in terms of Cardenas, who had fought in the past at 130 and has fluctuated from 121 to 126 multiple times since he's been at 121 stably, or 122, excuse me, at a stable rate. It's been what, 3 of the 4 fights he's had are knockouts. So this is a buddy who's fought at 130. This is a buddy who's fought at the weight class Lamont Roach was at. The weight class Navarrete was at. The weight class Oscar Valdez was at. And was able to do dominant work of recent. And we just saw Inoue knock this brother out. That is a feat that boggles my mind. And it's so great. It's so good. We're witnessing a dog. I'm telling you, it's so dope. It's dope. Because one of the questions was, if he moves up to 126, how is he going to handle the power of Nick Ball? How is he going to handle the size of a Nick Ball? Now we go against somebody who's faced off against people bigger than Nick Ball. At a weight class higher than Nick Ball. At a weight class closer to Tank Davis. And you saw what he was able to do against with a brother who had speed, who had power, who had timing, who had a great chin, and who also had a game plan that gave Inoue a lot of trouble. And was able to take the power of Inoue early on in the fight and push Inoue back. And you saw what he was able to do. This shows you just how great his talent can be. And as we continue to see this man grow, we got Akhmadali in September. And then afterwards, we got Junto Nakatani almost assuredly coming next year in February and January, somewhere around those early months. And then he moves up to 126 afterwards, and now we get him versus Nick Ball, him versus potentially Espinosa, him versus Angelo, or Leo, excuse me. And him versus a rematch between Stephen Fulton and Inoue. Because remember, Stephen Fulton is a champion as well. And so there is a whole cavalcade of talent in lined up and set up. These next 2 fights are about to put this brother in rarefied air in all of the world, not just pound for pound number one. But if he successfully wins the next 3 of his fights, we're witnessing we just like with Terrence Crawford. I got to keep the same consistency. That would be something so spectacular. The annals of history are going to have to be shaken up, and the rankings of pound for pound, all-time great, regardless of weight class, are going to have to be moved. They're going to have to be. Just like if Crawford beats Canelo, we're going to have to move some people around. Somebody's getting bounced. Same thing. We're at the precipice of that with Inoue right now. Somebody's getting ready to have to get moved out the way. With what this brother's doing right now, it's absolutely incredible. It's utterly, it's genuinely almost unfathomable that we would see something like this. And so, get ready. Oh, get ready. It's about to be a war. I watched pretty much all his fights live since that Neverete fight. That's how he came across your channel, or that's how I came across your channel, because you made a great breakdown video about Inoue. Hey, yeah, it's great. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming through, and I'm glad that's what brought you over here. And I'm like, I can keep breaking them down because I keep finding out new stuff. I feel like I need to start making more clips, not just shorts, but like clips of videos of what we do on the show. I feel like that would help the channel, and I think that's what y'all would like. I used to do it a lot, but then I backed away because I was like, I can't get the success of that Inoue video of the early tanking boots video that I made. That was a whole show. But if y'all want it, I'll get back to doing it. And I'll start cutting up clips of the whole thing so y'all can get a full breadth of breakdowns and talks and everything that we do on the show. But it's like, hey, man, Inoue is what brought a lot of people to this channel. I'm going to be real. Inoue, if I'm going to be honest, is the reason why this channel turned into a boxing channel. Because I was talking about basketball. I was breaking down the NBA Finals. I was breaking down the playoffs. I was doing intricate stuff with teams throughout the season, all that. I love basketball. And then it just continued the stuff that wasn't clicking. Football, stuff wasn't clicking. Had tried to be as deliberate as possible. Stuff wasn't clicking. Then I took a chance. I forget which one it was, but one of the big fights. Oh, no, it was Leon Edwards when he upset Usman. I had a UFC friend that was good at wanting to talk about it, so we talked about it. And then, boom, everything came to be. And I think, actually, let me look back. Actually, let me take some time real quick. What was it that really made this? The first video I did when it came to, I remember, not even. The first thing I got on my channel, because I took the Welch Report, this is a college radio show. I took this from college and brought it here. Because I was doing this when I was doing college shows. I took this show that brought it here and turned it into a podcast initially. Not live, but just straight up did a podcast. And the first episode that was up was, I think, yeah, it was Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez, the reactions to that fight. And then it was Lakers, then it was LeBron, and then it was the finals. Then it was going through all the NBA and all that stuff. And then Crawford happened. Terrence Crawford happened. Terrence Crawford versus Spence was in the making, or like the rumors were now coming up. No, I'm sorry. I'm reading it wrong. I'm so sorry. It was Crawford versus Spence and Joshua versus Usyk. Yep. That's the fight. That's what started the this whole litany. And then going in Jake Paul, and then afterwards Anthony Joshua. Then Usman took off, and that's when stuff started picking up. Then UFC Chimaev versus Nate Diaz. And then it was Fury and AJ. And afterwards, y'all just kept coming back. Y'all kept coming back for the fighting stuff, so I kept on with the fighting. Next thing you know, here we are. all these nearly 500 videos later. I only got 1,000 subscribers. So I'm still working on that, but that's how it came to be. And now, predominantly, I'm doing boxing first and everything else second. But I ain't got no problem with it because I love this. I really do love doing this. And so I'm glad y'all tuned in. I'm glad y'all came about. Glad y'all like what we got going on. And hey, we're going to have more breakdowns coming. We're going to have more shows coming. We're going to have more fights coming. No question about it. And we're going to all cover the whole world of sports with you all as time continues to go forth. But it is 12:43. I need to get something to eat. This has been a great cap to a weekend that was, for all intents and purposes, very underwhelming. But my gosh, this made up for it. And lo and behold, we got ourselves a great fight with Espinosa versus Vasquez, with Espinosa getting the KO. And then Inoue, having one of the best fights of his career. If you didn't get to watch it, go watch it. And it's going to be great. But I'm about to get out of here. What am I going to eat? I don't know. I'm going to find something else. I've been sipping on this McDonald's tea ever so slowly so I can make sure that I've been sipping on this tea ever so slowly so I can make sure that not only just that I'm hydrated, because I'm trying to make sure I got something sweet to drink with whatever I eat tonight. But what I'm going to eat, I'm not really sure. And so I'm going to try to make sure I'm all good and I'm okay. I'm going to try to be healthy. I'm going to try to be as healthy. But I'm going to treat myself. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to treat myself the best I can. But I need some food. Good gosh. I'm going to figure out something. But I need something. And I'm excited for it. I might just get myself some pizza. Some pizza. Maybe some fries. I got a taste for fast food. I can't lie. I can't lie. I got a taste for fast food. So I might just have to go out and give you something. But regardless of which, we're going to enjoy it. I'm going to figure it out. But you all, hey, enjoy the night. Eat to your heart's content, whatever you want. And again, you got pre-diabetic, watch yourself, be mindful, still enjoy yourself, but be healthy. Absolutely. But it's like, hey, if you can't, based on this fight, doggone it, I'm gung-ho. I'm gung-ho. This fight deserves a celebration because it was worth the wait. It was worth, 72 hours of waiting for a good fight to take place? It was worth it. And so now I'm about to get out of here. And so I'm about to go because I need something. And mind you, we're going to be back on Tuesday covering the world of sports and we talk about all of this. Absolutely. But with all that being said, we got to get out of here. So without further ado, thank you so much for tuning in and listening to the show. This has been another live stream commentary of the Welch Report with me, your host, Jean-Luc Welch. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to the show. Appreciate everybody coming through. All 2,000 people, almost 3,000 people coming through in and out of the show. Almost had 40 people coming and staying, and then they left. Brother, I wish they had stayed because they missed an absolute war of the highest regard. But again, we're going to be able to talk about it on Tuesday, covering the world of sports, and trust and believe, we will have so much to discuss all weekend long. Come here around 12 o'clock, 12:30 on Tuesday. It's going to be great. It's going to be phenomenal. And be sure that you don't let yourself miss out. Get your notifications ready because we got so much to cover. Oh, so much to cover. So many debates, so many conversations, and you don't want to miss it. I promise you, it's going to be great. But I've been Jean-Luc Welch. You all have been wonderful. We will see you all on Tuesday right here for another live show. Bring it, because I tell you, we're going to have a lot to cover. And we will see you next week. Peace and love. We are out of here. Yes, sir. We will see you all come Tuesday round. Oh, I'm about to get some food, but this has been great. Be blessed, be safe, and enjoy your night or morning, whatever you're doing. And we'll catch you all next time.